As we had last left it off, the party held an impromptu birthday party for Verity in her weird, fucked up, aging way. After said party, you guys met with Loic, strategized a little bit, got back in contact with the Silent Sisters that reported the fall of the Frost Giants and the coming of the White Dragon Horde that has sided with the king. You also became aware that a detachment of the demonic horde far to the west, splitting off, was making its way towards Greenspire to destroy the druids. Seeking a swift and immediate response to save these potential allies, you travelled to Greenspire and met with Raya of the Fall, the widowed wife of the former Oathsworn and hero of the previous war, Barrett of the Fall. Raya of the Fall was a natural ally for you guys. She despises demons and unfortunately is a little bit locked in what to do with the coming demonic forces on the way. She has asked for your help in defending Greenspire. When the defense, if you are to win the defense, she will rally the other druid clans and they will join your cause. And I believe that was where we had left it off. So, Raya has sent out scouts to try and locate where this demonic horde is coming from. The exact path that they're taking and the direction and how long it will take for them to get there. She doesn't know how long that will take. It could take a couple of hours. It could take a day. Could take 2 days. Probably not as long as that, as you are aware that the demons are red alert close. Raya says that when they're able to identify the location, she'd like to call all of you back together, along with some leaders of the clans, to talk about how to defend themselves and what exactly you'll be working with. In the meantime, she is going to start making the necessary preparations that she needs to, but preparing her people for the battle ahead. You guys have effectively got an unknown amount of free time. What is it you guys would like to do in that time?
I mean, is it really free time? Should we not set up some defenses just in case the scouts don't come back because they actually get wiped out?
Well, that's in the time that you have. What would you hope to accomplish, sort of thing? Setting up defenses is a very valid thing.
Oh, okay. So you're not suggesting we just sit around playing cards and that?
No. Well, if you want to play cards, that's fine.
Let's have a long rest.
I hope they don't attack sometime in the next 8 hours. I like it. So, she said that there were some automatic defenses. The trees could come together and create barriers and that, didn't she?
Yes. So with druid assistance, they can manipulate the immediate area around them to create instant walls if they need to. They can, if they should focus on it, and given them about an hour or two, they could completely destroy. Well, not destroy, but reposition an entire forest, so any creature that would be familiar with the winding woods and the paths of the forests would be completely invalidated because they'll just swap it all around. They can redirect rivers if they have to, not massive ones, but definitely small streams and the like. In terms of, is there anything more specific that you were looking for, really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know. Making obviously walls around the village or the encampment, whatever we've got at the moment, and sticking me at the top of one of these trees is about as far as I've got of planning.
Okay.
Is there a way that we could just scout out a map of some sort so we've got an idea of where the boundaries of the settlement is and
Yes.
for now, and we can work out where places are that are likely to be attacked, where the thing of the trees in front of certain areas are.
Yes, of course. Bear with me just a moment.
That sounds like a plan. Or more of a plan than Rennas climbs a tree.
If he can actually climb the tree.
One fucking time.
You beat me to it.
So you know for a fact from where the position of the demons are that they will be approaching somewhere from the south, but they could redivert themselves away to come in from the east or the west. Chances are they're not going to reposition themselves to go all the way north and attack from the north. So you have roughly a 3 possible direction that they would come from. This is you spend Otti, I'd say you spend a good half an hour to 45 minutes just quickly exploring Greenspire and just getting to know the major routes, the major buildings, and the immediate area of where fighting is expecting to take place. Now, over here, that is the Oak Hall. Is where Raya and Askar are. Generally, most of these buildings around here are either made separately, or they have been carved out of trees themselves.
It's a nice little settlement they've got going here.
So Otti will be sort of scouting out the area. Rennas, you'll be inspecting defences, shoring up what you think needs to be shored up, as well as finding the best vantage points in Greenspire to move from and hide from, basically. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking if this is going to be like an unstoppable horde, not unstoppable because we're going to try and stop it, but a wall itself isn't going to solve our problems. So we should probably try and funnel them to one area that we can stick a buttload of traps down and mine to shit, and then we can snipe them out from there. That would be my current plan.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I was going to ask Rennas to swap tasks with him. If Rennas would be willing to instead like create traps, basically, whereas I would go more in defense side of things, probably knowing more about that side of things.
Yeah, I mean, I can do some sharpened sticks, and if we can get some holes dug.
So build a few pit traps around, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay.
do people like Korgrin have any spells that would help? Like, I'm thinking of like, what was it, like the symbol one, or the at least kind of like delayed blast things. Do we know any of those?
We had buried whiskey and fireball for that last time.
I think it was only firebolt.
True.
Okay, so Korgrin has posted 3 spells in the chat. So Blade Barrier, Firestorm, and Spirit Guardians. Which will all be useful. They're all concentration though, so it'll be one at a time. I know, not Firestorm actually.
No, but Firestorm is a 7th level spell, and
Yeah.
Blade Barrier is 6th. So
Is it not the strongest spell you have at the moment, is it?
7th level, yes.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're not 17th level.
No, unfortunately.
With cleric yet. So.
No, so that would kind of be, as strong as it gets. You can't really upcast Blade Barrier, so that would just be either I use a Firestorm and a Blade Barrier, or I can chuck out 2 Blade Barriers and encourage them to walk through it. Is the only idea that I've really got right now in terms of spell usage, of just push them through the wood chipper, as it were.
I can do a couple of non-delayed blast fireballs.
So just fireballs.
Yes.
Glad we clarified.
Just want to clarify, we're also in the woods.
Also true. I was thinking of I don't know how intelligent these things are going to be, but a murder corridor potentially.
Yeah, well, that's what I said about trying to
Thinking of-
funnel things. I think that's a
I
better
was
plan.
thinking of something similar, but like because you're saying how the druids could move streams mixed with mud makes really like craggy, swampy, suctiony kind of ground. So it would either be difficult terrain, or if they wanted to try and avoid it, you could mud a corridor.
There's also probably going to be flying things, so we need to
Which is fine,
think
but
of ways to
ultimately,
take out things from the air.
That's
you
why I'd
know,
also be up a tree with you.
Well,
Arri and Rennas up a tree.
I was expecting
Sure.
that from Verity, not gonna lie. Sorry, George.
I'm just thinking, if we're worried about aerial attack, I could use polymorph to transform a couple of you guys to help funnel that into a place where, someone like Rennas could shoot it.
You have noticed, walking about Greenspire, that the druids do have the ability to wild shape, and some of them are able to transform into flying animals if they need to.
So they could probably help us out with the flying.
So you guys
Funneling.
wouldn't be soloing any air defense that would be needed.
what kind of composition does Greenspire have in terms of its fighters? Like, are there more magic casters than there are ranged defenders? Are there more spearmen than there are druids, etc.?
A full list of troops will be made available to you when you plan with Raya and Askar. But from your inspection of the immediate defenses and troops available, Korgrin, it looks the majority of them are warrior druids in the sense that they can transform into animals. But if they're not animals, they'll mainly focus on sort of like spear-like defense with rudimentary druid-like magic.
How are druids
So
for
they
healing?
they are relatively capable
Depends on the druid.
in that sense. So yeah, it does vary between druid by druid, but it looks like the majority of them will likely focus on wild shaping before potentially fighting in their humanoid form.
Fair enough.
Okie doke.
I suppose that if there are any non-magical fighters, as it were, like I say, I would probably encourage a murder corridor of just not actually creating
Yes.
a line like this, more like attacking from the sides.
Speaking with the people of Greenspire, generally people who haven't picked up the ways of the druid but still want to be part of Greenspire, they're generally considered not hunters but like hunter gatherers sort of things. So they are adept at archery and the like, so they would make up the composite of your ranged defenses.
Fair, because I just don't want anyone to unnecessarily just hold the line, as it were. If that's not a feasible strategy and we're outnumbered, then it's more about kind of guiding them along certain pathways and just cutting them down as they travel. Thinning the horde.
I mean, could we what's this little area in the middle that looks a little bit more open than some of it?
That's the market area.
Okay,
That's where most of the trade and crafting happens there.
Let's not funnel them into the market area then. Okay. But potentially there's like this field over here or this field over here if they're coming from the from the east or the south. They lose their crops for a year, but I'm sure losing crops is better than everyone being murdered by a bunch of fiends.
Druids also know fancy spells, or at least I believe they do, for making things grow fast.
Very true.
Now, it comes pretty clear after about an hour or so that the majority of the people are not. They're a little worried, they're a little scared, but they're more determined to protect their homes. It's pretty soon that they're aware that there are demons on the way, and there's an initial wave of panic that eventually sort of subsides over. and then you can see leaders of the druids here start taking charge and directing people to basically both sort of start making as many arrows as possible, start redistributing foods and crops and any sort of animals and the like that they wish to protect. The majority of the face spirits that you can see, Rennas, they disappear, likely to return to the Fey realm, but some of them start listening to to these leaders, and you can see them. They start doing some weird, funky-dunky dances around caches of druid weapons and the like. Their bone spears, their bone sabers, and the like, and mainly their arrows. And from everybody else's perspective, these weapons start to give off us kind of like a energy green kind of color. Arrabella, I want you to make a nature check, and Korgrin, I want you to make a religion check, please. Okay, so you both of you would recognize that these weapons are being blessed with Fey-like magic of the nature domain. Gorgon, it's quite different from your divine style of magic. However, it looks like it would achieve the same results as, especially from you probably get the feeling that this is Raya's main experience, but demons generally only truly die on the material realm if they are destroyed with a holy based magic or a blessed kind of style. So regular weapons, whilst they might destroy or disperse them, would not truly eliminate them, and they would eventually return in a certain time frame.
Could I ask either the leaders or the Fey spirits, if they look like they speak common, if we could add our own weapons to these piles that they are blessing?
The leaders would certainly do that for you. Whether, as they go ahead and do that, they notice that your weapons are pretty much all your weapons are magical in nature, so they do the same result. This is pretty much for the regular weaponry.
Okay, no, that's fair. That makes sense.
Yeah. However, if there's any regular weapons that you do want enchanted to destroy demons, then go ahead and consider them enchanted to do so.
Levandir's silver dagger now kills demons.
There we go. Temporarily.
Had to ruin my fun.
I'm sorry. Okay. Right, so from your insightful perceptions, Rennas, it looks like any of the Fey denizens that live here would likely be focusing on continuing keeping those enchantments going, and as such would probably not be participating in any combat and be mainly reserved as support.
That's fair. Support still wins wars. I'd like to, like if there's people around looking nervous and preparing weapons, I'd like to go around, just chat to them, let them know that we're here, everything's going to be fine.
Your
Guardians of the Forgotten are here.
Your innate charisma and your ability to smile and turn the hearts of even the most stoic of individuals is greatly effective in that regard. You you can see certain, especially some of the younger druids, they're quite white in the face, but just after a brief conversation with you, they get their confidence back and goes, "Yes, thank you. I have to ask, Taunter of Fate, why? That's such a cool name. How did you get it?"
It's basically a fancy way of saying I can't keep my mouth shut when I should do. I died once because of it. Luckily, a very friendly unicorn brought me back.
That will do it.
Like, the moral of the story is, if you're vastly outnumbered and you're limping away from a battle, you just chat to them, let them know that we're here, everything's going to be fine. Guardians of the Forgotten are here.
Your innate charisma and your ability to smile and turn the hearts of even the most stoic of individuals is greatly effective in that regard.
And one of the people that has almost defeated you starts saying something. Don't be rude or snarky to her, because she'll just hurl a bunch of daggers to you. But that was in my youth. We're older, much more powerful. Nothing like that's going to happen today.
Good to hear. Thank you, sir. Yes, the
Him when he says "in my youth," and I just kind of give him a weird side eye because it was like 2 months ago.
it
Yes,
was
but it
like,
feels like a long time ago.
I think it was about 4 months ago, actually.
It's still less than a year.
I felt very
Yeah,
youthful
well,
back
but
then.
the whole I mean, so far the whole campaign has happened within a year, so.
I was trying to put an element of time in between it, so we didn't think we were still like new and inexperienced and making this shit up as we go along, which we clearly are.
Oh, I didn't say anything. I just kind of looked at you funny when you said "in your youth."
Right. The children are evacuated to the Oak Hall, along with any sick or non-combatants.
Right. Quick question.
Yep.
I'm just gonna run around quickly and see if there's anywhere I can get like 300 gold worth of diamonds.
I can
Korgrin's
literally.
pocket.
I want you to
hand
make
you-
I want you to make an investigation check, but Korgrin can give you them if you want.
I mean, do you have enough for yourself, Korgrin?
I keep plenty.
Even I
I'll
hand
do an
over the
investigation
diamonds I
just
steal
in
to
case.
Korgrin.
So you want how much do you want?
I was making an investigation.
Oh, fair enough.
Never have enough diamonds.
You can find a singular diamond in the marketplace. You can see a merchant is there who's hurriedly packing up his stalls, putting away his little knickknacks.
Well,
And just you can see just a singular diamond that's quite large and pretty. And as you go to sort of buy that, he's like, "I'm shutting up short, but I mean, if you want it, okay, but it'll cost you. But this is not really the time for commerce. There's an army on the way."
I know. I need this for the army. You know. Hello. I am Verity,
I
Weave Breaker. Woo.
all
How
right,
much
all
do you
right.
want for the diamond?
300, and do you need anything else? Because I got a lot of crap here that I need to get out of here.
I only have 25 gold left after this, so I'm good.
All right. He passes you the diamond. Hurries packing up his shops and says, "Good luck. We're all relying on you." And hurries
Thank
off
you.
towards the Oak Hall.
And I'll just put 300 gold diamond on him.
Okay.
And I still use that for Revivify, yeah?
Yes, that's right. That'll be consumed if you use it. So.
Yeah, I know. I want to, in case our Revivify person goes down. I have a bad feeling your time's going to be coming and we're not going to be ready, and then I'll be sad.
Korgrin will never die. Don't you worry. It's never
Don't say
gonna
that!
happen.
Why do you tempt the fates like that, Korgrin?
No, I'm not the taunter of fate. I'm the voice of Moradin.
That was only in my youth.
Yeah, what potions did you want to acquire, Russ?
Oh, just health potions, just in case I go down and don't have any spells. I don't know. Wouldn't really help.
There is, similar to the merchant that is packing up, there are a couple of places that are packing up shop. You get the feeling that they would sell quite a large variety of potions. I want you to make an investigation check to see if you can find anybody who is still open and doing commerce.
Oh, so
Not my strong suit.
No, basically you get to one person who looks like he's to be open, but you just see him like just scoop everything out and goes, I'm sorry, I gotta go. And they rush off, and after about an hour of searching around, the market's pretty much cleared out of any more commerce.
Yep.
Right. About 2.5 hours after splitting off with Raya, there is Rennas, you will see a rather large dragonfly probably the size of your forearm, but the wings, they sort of flutter with a sparkle behind them. They kind of, as it flies forward, it leaves this trail of golden dust behind it, and of course, as it just kind of zigzags its way down towards you guys. It comes down, lands on the ground, and you can see its little mandibles start waving and incantating, and you can see small little runes or like glyphs appear on the floor around it. And there's a flash of bright light that everybody can see happening on the ground now as a scroll appears on the ground of a message written in common asking for the Guardians of the Forgotten to report to. And with that, Rennas, you see the dragonfly fly up and fly off.
Did everyone else just see the scroll appear?
Yeah.
Ah, cool.
In a flash of white light.
Hey, that dragonfly was pretty cool, being in a scroll like this. Go on then, let's go meet Raya.
Alright. So, as you guys make your way over to the Oak Hall, there's a lot more crowded in there than you last saw it. And you have to sort of like kind of push your way through. Arrabella, it's not an issue for you. You're small. You can get through them without issue going in between people's legs. But everybody else, especially Otti, who is a big gal, just kind of go like, sorry, excuse me, coming through. You make your way up the wooden spirals staircase ramp area, up in towards Raya's inner sanctum. You can see the unicorn is standing at the back there. You can also see a few... You can only assume they're very old druids. They have a weird assortment of clothes about them. Like cured leathers and the like. One of them's got a bird's nest in his hair. Another one's got just a really large beard that you swear there's some birds chirping from inside of it. You can see just another individual who has all manners of muck just scraped all over his face and the like. Rennas, you can see 6 Fey individuals sitting on the background near Askar. One of them's a satyr. One of them appears to be a very small female red-headed creature, like very tiny, with wings that are just sort of fluttering about. I think you would recognise this creature as a pixie.
I've got a distrust of satyrs, though. Even the satyr I distrusted wasn't actually a satyr.
Besides the pixie, there is you can only assume is a fairy, to be honest. But this one has a very small bow and arrow strapped to its back. It's sort of buzzing up and down. Male, this one, however, instead of green skin, it's got kind of like palish, translucent skin with brown hair. I want you to make a just make a general intelligence check for me, please.
That should be fine. Rennas and his intelligence. Meh.
You recognise this creature as a sprite. They're more They are more like tricksters and pranksters than anything, but they're a little bit more. In terms of the tiny fey creatures that have been discovered and the like, sprites tend to be a little bit more headstrong and aggressive.
That's my kind of fey creature.
Beside that, you can see a female individual who is pretty much nude all over. She's got green skin and flowing leafy-like hair. She looks very similar to Zara, but different features. This one is just a little bit more kind of like, or you can feel like there's like a few tusks growing out the sides of her shoulders, and there's like a few sort of bits of jewelry and baubles that are connected to the head a bit, and the eyes are just sort of like jet black all over. You obviously recognize this creature as a dryad. The other creature you see is pretty much just a humanoid tree. Probably about the size of Otti, just maybe a little bit more, maybe getting close to Bellatrix size or so. But he is. This one's a little bit different in the sense that he is kind of fused into the wall a little bit, and is very motionless. But you can see the almost organic-looking eyes, and a head. It's just mainly just like roots and bark with squiggly bits of leaves and thorns as a beard. Just watching the people about. Obviously only Rennas can see these individuals. The rest of you just see these strange looking druids, Raya and Askar. Raya waves you guys over to sit down. She goes, thank you for coming on so quickly. We've just gotten word back from our scouts.
And what word do they bring?
There is a demonic army, roughly about 1,000, maybe more in number. They're approaching from the south. They're moving at a slow pace. Looks like they're consuming as they go, which buys us a little bit of time. We theorize that they could be here within the next 6 hours or so.
Gives us plenty of time to plan and come up with a plan.
Yes, indeed. Now, the route that they're taking is actually a little fortuitous in that it opens up an opportunity for us to defend ourselves that wasn't open to us previously because we didn't know that they'd be going this route. There is an old mining gorge several miles outside of Greenspire. It's long since been abandoned, but the area itself is wide and open with large cliffs on either side. It would make an ideal area to ambush them en route. The only downside of this is that we would not have the defences of Greenspire to back us up. We would simply be an armed force to meet them in the field. Alternatively, we can wait here, shore up our defences, and hopefully we'll be able to hold them off here. The only downside is that once they get past the gorge, they will be able to spread out, and we won't be able to contain them very well.
Also, if we can defeat them with the gorge, it will save any damage coming to this wonderful settlement you have. I would hate to see it damaged or destroyed in any way.
Yes.
True, but that implies that there's no split off of the forces. If any did decide to take a different route, the village may very well end up being defenseless.
Previously in the last war, when the demons first attacked, they were just rampaging hordes. They would follow the strongest demon, who would pick a direction and all of them would follow. It was only after Yoslitri came along and Argonef began introducing generals into his ranks that they start applying actual tactics.
Do we know about the current demon structure attacking us?
I didn't... It appears to be mixed. They have a number of flying creatures, small shadow-like creatures that moved in the cover of the darkness of the trees. They had a few ape-like creatures with them, but the bulk of their forces are made up of what are known as Manuses and Dretches.
I meant more, we cannot be for sure that they are not organized.
If they were organized, they're not showing signs of it. I think this could be just a rampaging horde, but the scouts only reported numbers and positioning. They wouldn't really know what to look for.
No, certainly not in amongst the numbers that are present. I mean, from our experience with the demon horde so far, I think each has contained at least a handful, a dozen, maybe knights. So there will likely be, probably at least, some kind of human structure within it. Whether the demons actually follow that structure, I suppose, is a different matter entirely. What do you think about leaving a pocket of troops here to defend while the bulk of the forces proceed to the gorge?
She looks at an empty place on the wall. Rennas, you can see that she's looking at the tree individual. She says, Enta, if we were to leave, could we rely on your protection of Greenspire? The rest of you don't hear anything. But Rennas, you just see this tree just slowly nod. She turns back to Rennas and says, Greenspire has its own defences. Some creatures here that live here are alive, and will come even more alive if they're forced to.
I certainly wouldn't fancy fighting him.
Fighting who?
Apologise, but some of the Sylvan spirits are present with us today. They do not know you, and they are slow to trust. So I believe they are hiding their presence from you.
But I can see them.
You can?
Yes, we have the lovely tree friend.
Master Ernest, you're full of surprises.
So some lovely people, and they look like they will do a great job at defending this settlement. Could no one else see them?
The druids, I mean, they look at you with a sense of, like, wow, sort of thing. Even the face spirits, they look a little confused, a little bit like they felt a little weirded out that you were staring at them, and they believed that you couldn't see them. But now you just said that you have seen them. They're like, oh.
I don't know what to say. I'm not very familiar with all this, with all these magic things. But yes, I can see you. But your secret's safe with me. I won't tell anyone that I can see you, other than the ones I've just told.
It's not a secret. They're just shy.
That is fair. It is often very useful to not be seen by people anyway. I am well aware of this fact, and I respect people that can do it very, very well.
All right, brown nose. Get your nose out the mud. Jeez.
I'm gonna appreciate people that can turn invisible. I'm very jealous.
Well, if you happen to practice any of that magic, maybe one day you will.
I mean, I just bought some dust. It does the same job. It's fine.
Now, I saw the visions. We all did. We all know how effective you all fight together. But unfortunately, what you can do together will not avail us today. We need you in the right places to do what you do best, to deal as much damage to the enemy as possible in critical areas. I hope you can consent to this, but we would need you in different locations on the battlefield. We will, of course, give you your own personal guard to assist you in the battlefield.
Anywhere where we can help you the best is where we'll happily be. We are not often a fan of splitting up. Bad things often happen when we do, but I do see the wisdom in your words.
We maybe split up, but we are aiming towards the same common goal. Are you laughing at my accent, Rennas? That's it. Look, it changes every session. I don't know anymore.
It's not even that the first time you spoke today, I was like, why the fuck is she speaking like that? Of course, I forgot.
I can't wait for time to pass.
I hope this will be the slowest battle ever. Yes.
Raya goes on to say, "We have a great number of individuals who are quite capable. You have your own choice on who you wish to serve as your personal guard on the battlefield, but I would hope you would accept my recommendations."
Of course, you know.
No, I was just going to say, Verity, do you want to perform your ritual now, just so we can keep in communication before we all get, if we are going to go our separate ways when the battle
I mean-
commences?
The battle commences in like 6 hours, right?
True.
So,
Unless we go out to meet them, in which case it will be in 3 hours' time.
Fair.
have we decided which way we're going?
Not yet. I was hoping that you, with your battle experience, would be able to guide us in this endeavor.
I think we're somewhat leaning towards going out and meeting them in the gorge. I could be mistaken, but I think that's the general kind of.
Before we knew about the gorge, we discussed trying to funnel them with walls and other such things. So if there's a natural
Yeah.
gorge, it will automatically funnel them. It seems like a sensible place to go.
Yes.
Meeting them in the gorge as long as we don't leave them defenseless.
Yeah.
But then also the fact that it's a gorge also means that we can use more fire spells and shit like that. We don't have to worry about damaging our surroundings. Which
Yes,
is
the
good.
gorge itself is not as wildlife as. There's not much wild nature in there. So if you do have destructive spells, you would be able to utilize them to your fullest abilities there.
Should one of us stay behind in the what's it called?
Greenspire?
Rearguard.
Yeah.
Greenspire?
Well, what's the general area called? Greenspire, but is it the
They have that wonderful tree guy over there protecting them that you can't see.
I think we can all probably make it back faster than Dretches and Mances. Maybe not like Manticores, if there happen to be any, or Rocks, etc. But the bulk of the army or any kind of contingent force, I think we'd be able to return back.
Sorry if I missed this, but how far is the gorge from the actual thing?
It's 3 hours away.
If we move at
Okay.
speed, we can get there within 2 to 3 hours.
Okay.
So, couple questions. So, if we go to the gorge, we'll have about an hour to set up.
If we are fast, yes. It
Okay.
really depends on how slow the demons are.
The next question. Do you have a teleportation circle for this area? Because then I can at least get a few of us back within a minute.
What, for Greenspire or for the Gorge?
For Greenspire.
Yes, I believe it's the one that you utilized that we didn't actually recognize was a teleportation circle
Okay,
until you activated it. So
cool. So yeah, anything goes on here, I can get whoever's helping me, and we can come back here straight away and start working on
That
this.
seems reasonable.
I would hope it not come to that, as
It's your safety net, you know.
Break glass in case of emergency.
yes.
Oh my gosh, that's
I would suggest that we keep that between the members of this room, for if our people were to know that you have the possibility to turn tail and retreat instantaneously on the battlefield, whereas our troops would not, they might not take too kindly to that information, especially as it's their lives they're putting at risk.
Can't
It's only if
like
this place is
travel
getting
through
attacked.
trees?
Oh, yes, of course. If this place is being attacked, then yes, we could. That's
What I'm saying. If this place is being attacked, I can get back here instantaneously. Well,
I see the
within a
wisdom
minute.
in that. Yes, you're right.
They're going to abandon you guys, jeez. I am Verity. I am break glass in case of emergency.
Mistress Arrabella, apologies, you were going to say something.
Like, I heard the druids can travel through trees, so, like, if you guys need
High
to get
level,
back here, couldn't you just...
more powerful druids can, but the majority. I mean, the druids you see in this room do have their capabilities, and some of our captains can, but the majority of our people here are not that advanced in their druidic ways.
Right, well, at least we know that if it comes to it, there can be people that can come back and help defend.
So, are we all in agreement then that we shall ride out to the old mining gorge? Meet them.
I believe so.
Very well. The speed that we can move at, I can probably bring the bulk of my clan's forces with us. Our entire force of Elk Riders would definitely be able to come with us. Probably a couple of contingents of archers. I myself will of course take to the battlefield. Askar, I would ask that you join us. And the unicorn sort of shakes its mane a little bit and just goes, I will join, but only if a supporting role, Raya. I will heal those who have been hurt, but I will not fight. It is against my way.
We have had the support of unicorns in previous battles, and we know that your work will be very much appreciated.
Very good. Askar is a bit of a double-edged sword. If he goes onto the battlefield, he will most likely be the prime target of the demons, as he is their natural enemy. I would say if we are to ride out to the Gorge, then Askar must be protected at all costs. If the demons would break through and come to Greenspire, then the priority is Oak Hall and the people within it. We must not let any demons get inside. Otherwise, the terror and the casualties they could inflict on innocent people, children, would be unparamount. I saw what happened to some of the farland villages in the First War, and I will not allow that fate to happen to Greenspire.
Understood.
I'll be able to bring the vast bulk of my druids as well, numbering some 500. 400 Elk Riders, and a couple hundred archers. I will of course be assigning up to 10 guards to each of your forces as well, of our most highly skilled warriors, so that you can move about in the battlefield and inflict the damage that you can inflict. Is there anything else you guys would like to discuss?
I think the best thing we can do is head out to the gorge and try and get a lay of the land before they arrive.
Very well. She stands up, nods towards the spirits, and then
I wave.
turns towards her archdruids and says, I leave it in your capable hands then. Guardians of the Forgotten, let us go and meet this enemy and strike it down.
Onwards!
As you guys leave the Oak Hall, within 10 minutes, you can see hundreds upon hundreds of people rushing, getting ready, arming themselves. You can see more elks than you've ever seen in your lives stand up side by side to each other as individuals mount them with an assortment of spears and bows and arrows. These elks are covered head to toe in cured leathered armor, like quite decorative in a sense. Like there's a hint of elvish in their design, but these are you can see like spikes on the side of them, and you realize that instead of like gone for the more delicate elven design, they've gone for actual war kind of terror sort of thing.
Battle elvish. I like it.
Yeah. The druids form up. They kiss goodbye to their partners, their children, their friends, and their family. As you see Raya now, when the next time you see Raya, she has changed from her usual attire. Now she is equipped with a much more battle-ready attire. She is effectively wearing a cured leather dress, but with elements of it, especially like her vital areas, like on her over her chest, in her sort of her thighs, and on her like hymens and stuff like that. You can see bits of metal that have been applied there, and you actually recognize these are likely parts from Barrett's armor that she has applied to herself. She carries on her back a large staff that just simply pulsates with yellow greenish like energy with each step that she takes, and actually being close to it just kind of radiates you with a sense of warmness. In that hustle and bustle, you guys are introduced to a selection of capable druids / warriors. Now, I would like to present to you guys a choice. The individuals that you would like to follow you, consider this it's not going to change too much of an impact on what's going to happen, but just to give you guys the activity of creativity. What kind of protection would you guys like on the battlefield?
Close combat for me, and then I can stick with ranged and hopefully kill everything that comes towards me.
All right.
Would be my ideal balance.
So, Rennas, would you like to handpick several druids that have mastered the art of wild shaping into bears that walk on their hind legs, equipped with all manners of weapons in their paws? They could be
awesome.
They could be considered werebears, but they are just very skilled druids.
That sounds awesome.
Rennas will be equipped with war bears or war druid bears. Yeah.
I would quite like something that prevents me from being disabled. Like, I feel that as long as I'm not down or incapacitated, I'll be useful.
Okay, so you'll be given, if you want to, you can have a few of the Fey spirits that would they would mainly sort of like they'll bolster you on the battlefield, but also doing their damage as well. So it's kind of like a selection of dryads and what are they called, satyrs as well. So they'll have a little bit of their weird fey magic to sort of like support you and bolster you on what you need to do, but they'll also be there to, make sure you don't get overwhelmed as well. They'll fight alongside you. If you're okay with that.
Yep, sounds good.
Yeah.
Russ wants supporting characters.
Hey,
No, genuine. Like there's the tanks, there's DPS, there's healers, and there are supports. And supports are the ones that they provide you with buffs. They have crowd control. They
I thought you were like I thought you were like the support wants support. Oh.
No, I would never be so rude. I'm just categorizing things because that's how my brain works.
But yeah, no, I figured as long as I'm not like unconscious or like hold personed again, I'll be able to do some useful stuff.
It's not going to be that type of fight, just so you know.
Yeah, no, I figured. It's just a horrible memory.
Yeah.
I guess Korgrin would probably opt for ranged support, either ideally magical, but if not, then just archers perfectly fine.
Right, so you'll get if you would like, you'll get a selection of druids that are skilled in both sort of close range magic, but they're also like exceptionally skilled hunters, so they'll support you close by, but not so far, not so close that they can't use their arrows effectively.
Yeah. Sounds perfect.
Okay. Arrabella, Otti, Verity, how would you like to flavour your guards?
I'd like them to be ranged like me, to be honest.
Cinnamon.
No.
Cinnamon.
I would
Just
run
the
in.
worst, honestly, the worst person you could have said cinnamon.
I mean, I know. That's exactly why I said it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
It's Richard. What do you expect?
True.
Yeah, so ideally like me, because I'm going to try and use my bow the most, but I would appreciate it if they were capable, at the very least, of
They are.
close combat
They are.
or fast.
They're capable, but knowing Arrabella, she probably asked them just to like, shoot that. Let me see what you got, and they make their marks, but you can see their skill. You far outclass them in every way. They'll help you definitely, but they don't have a candle on your marksmanship.
If anything does get close, they can either get out of there or defend themselves. That's the main thing.
All right. So you'll be given Green Spire's Green Spire's best hunters.
Okay.
Otti, Verity.
So last time we did something like this, I was whizzing around a lot, so I imagine I'd want people who are quick to keep up with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I'd want people to be able to jump in if someone gets too close to me because I'm, specifically on range.
You can be given Fey Elks if you want.
Or wolf
Like, I
druid.
imagine I'll be whizzing around on my broom.
Oh, okay. Oof. So effectively, it's something that can keep up with. Well, I'm just trying to think about what they have. So effectively, really, what you'll have really is druids that are able to sort of wild shape into birds. Really, so you'll have a squadron of eagles on your back.
Or would it be possible, like, if I was to put a bunch of pixies and, like, have them under the coop, would they be able to just ride on the broom with me?
Yeah.
And have them just, like, freezing people so I can shoot them?
Yeah. That's more than. Yeah, I'm happy for that. Yeah, you can get a selection of pixies to basically just ride alongside of you. So they're tiny. Obviously, one of them fits in the palm of your hand. So
They can go in a previous puppet bag.
why does it stink of murder in here?
Don't do that again.
It smells like sad in here.
What, do we just enter Korgrin's room?
Ah! My achy breaky heart.
Okay, Otti, what kind of guard would you like?
Mostly tanks and people who could tank a hit, and probably someone, maybe let's say 9 tanks and like someone who can help heal if someone goes down.
All right. So you basically choose out the bulkiest and butchiest and fattest of all the druids, and they have a good laugh with you. You're like, they are warriors in that sense, and they can wild shape into even bigger bears. And even one of them can wild shape into an elephant if they need to. And there's one individual who is an apprentice under Raya. She's quite powerful in the sense of her magical abilities. So she will definitely back up your squad with healing capabilities, as well as calling down the odd moonbeam here and there, in case you guys are getting overwhelmed.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right. So you guys quickly get acquainted with your life bodyguards. As elks are brought before you for you to mount. Verity, you can choose to mount an elk or ride on your broom if you wish.
I barely get a chance to meet mine.
Just me and the pixies in a V formation.
And with that, you guys march out. The forest before you would certainly slow any other kind of army or force. But the druids working together under the directions of Raya, they part the trees aside. Some of them even just sort of just stand up and walk out of the way for you. You can't tell if they're trees or alive or if that's magic or what, but there's something about them. And the path is generally
Pretty
cleared
helpful.
for you as you guys march at a fast pace. Is there anything you guys would like to roleplay with each other on your journey towards the mining gorge?
Don't know about anyone else, but I'm getting along with my pixie friends.
I'm gonna kind of pull Russ to one side,
Oh no.
and
On the back of a speeding elk.
Well, you're not
Uh,
speeding. You're like they're trotting fast because the foot soldiers kind of have to like fast march. So
do you remember when we were in Parfadellen and I legged it?
You liked it?
Yeah, it's because our tree soul of Parfadellen mentioned a name that you were linked to, and I just want to find out if it's bad juju that we should be aware of now, or
Remind me of the name again.
something like Quacksacius or Crocsacmus or something like that.
You are aware that I obtain power from various means. This is a source of my power. It has. I don't think it has any cause for concern at the time being.
Is it bad?
It is not bad, in my opinion. That doesn't. Let's say there is more benefits than bad. But could it be bad in the future? Yes. It's under control. And I
trust your judgment, and you haven't done us wrong, and I trust that it's under control. But if it gets bad, you need to tell us.
We can discuss this later. I don't think it's currently a problem.
You say that, but it plays on my mind, and then I'm like, oh no, is he going to kill us?
He.
I was
Sorry,
referring to you.
Yeah, no. I was just gonna say, I like Russ will accidentally let slip, like kind of talking about cracks, and just be like he enjoys battles and the rewards we may get from them. And I think that this kind of situation is more likely to put me in his favor.
Sounds like you got some sort of bargain there.
You could say that.
If you ever need help, we're always here. If you ever get in trouble, we're always here. We'll think of a magic word you have to say, and when you do, then we'll know that something's going on.
Like a safe word.
I was thinking more hopscotch, but from Corpse Bride, but you've made it weird now, so no.
We can discuss this as a group later. But now is probably not the time.
Magic shit.
Okay. And I kind of just... I'll ride alongside, like, awkwardly. Nice weather we're having.
Mildewy, to be honest. Is there
Korgrin would
anything-
very much
Yeah?
like to just make small conversation, kind of with his guard, just get to know their names, what they're all good at, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Generally, the sense that they have amongst them is that they trust you because Raya has ordered them to trust you. They will do whatever they can to make sure you stay alive in the battlefield, and that you do what you do best. They implore you to not worry about them. They know that they can't hold a candle to you, but they'd like to think that they'll be able to at least try and keep up with you so that you do what you need to do.
Don't worry, this is certainly no dick measuring contest. I just want to know who I'm fighting alongside. It's just honor among thieves, except soldiers.
Yes.
And I call over. Anyone can keep up with Korgrin. He's only got little legs.
I will fuck your mother.
She's dead.
We see one individual, one druid. He's a bit older, probably in his late, mid-50s or something like that. With a well-worn bow at his side and an even more well-worn spear that's glowing that greenish-like glow or so. He'd probably be the main spokesperson of the group. And he'll go, well, truth be told, voice is Moradin. I was a foot soldier in the prior war. I've killed my fair share of demons. So, the sheer fact that you're a very holy man fills me with a sense of purpose and, well, I'm happy you have selected me instead of the others. Because we need as much holy firepower in this fight coming as we could possibly have.
I couldn't agree with you more. The gods did very much create the very land that we walk upon, and it is to them that we should be eternally grateful for. I just kind of side-eye Rennas as well while I'm saying that. Just truly ultimate
He
power.
is sat there snickering.
But no, genuinely, I'm very glad that my presence does bring you comfort, and we may not worship the same deity, the same god, or the same pantheon, but ultimately, you're very much right in the the divine are very much watching over us right now, and whoever it is that currently grants us their gaze is more than likely to grant us their favor too. If you want a minute before the battle starts, if any of you want to say prayers, of course you're more than welcome to stand by me, and I'll recite those for you.
Now, we said our prayers before we left, when we get to the battle. Our gods tell us to be self-sufficient in times of crisis. So, when we get to the battlefield, our enemy is the only thing we're going to be thinking about. And any sermons that we might have, we'll say it after we're done with the business we need to do.
Very sensible, very fair. I certainly hope you have your gods watching over you then.
Oh, aye. She's a cruel mistress when she wants to be, but... Hold on, I do actually have the name of one of the fucking druid gods here. Hold on.
I was about to say, because, bitch, I will be religion rolling this. Oh, yeah, who'd you worship?
It's the, I can't remember the bloody name, but it's the, one of the gods that they do worship is considered could be considered an evil god of the sea. Ular something, I think.
No, Ulara I killed.
No, it's not Ulara. There's a sea goddess that begins with U. Hold up. I'm buried in my notes. Yeah, that's the one. Umberlee. Yeah. They respect her in the sense that she has a great deal of power over the raw element of nature herself. And that she encourages it to be unbridled and destructive as it's meant to be. Seems that some of your guards said a prayer to her in the hope that she would imbue them with the chaotic power of nature to save their home.
Just a bead of sweat just trickles down Korgrin's neck, but fair enough. I mean, there is a group of religious believers that I've come to learn that don't necessarily worship a single god, but worship certain aspects of certain gods and even devils, just because of their unique ability.
Aye.
You know, worshipping Asmodeus for being an incredible tactician, as unholy as that might be. But these aren't necessarily bad people. Worshipping Moradin for his ability to craft, but not necessarily because they love dwarves.
Don't get me wrong, the bitch queen, she has her uses, but we understand exactly what she is, and we're hoping that her bitchiness will certainly give us our strength today.
Like the tide, I'm sure we'll crash over them.
The whole time this conversation's going on, I'm just kind of in the background, kind of getting up onto the saddle of the elk to try and have you guys ever tube surfed like in the underground? You kind of
No.
just no. It's basically surfing, but you just kind of go with the movements of what's underneath you. And
The poor man's surfing.
yeah, so
Yeah,
I've
I
got
mean,
like a
you're,
rein in one hand.
Oh
and
man,
I'm
you
like,
see the price
"Woo!"
of a whale card?
I mean, it's impressive what you're able to do, Arrabella. What's even more impressive is that after about an hour and a half of riding into it, your head suddenly explodes with hair. As you have been bowled this entire time.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And your guards is just like, that's a neat trick. How'd you do that?
Lose your hair to wild magic.
I don't even know what that is, but
Ruffle my hair a bit.
can you smoke it?
Can't say
What
I've
wild
tried.
magic?
Verity will probably try.
I think she has been.
Explains a lot.
Alright. Eventually, you guys arrive. The forest clears out into there's like 3 paths to take. To the left and to the right, there's a steep upcline that continues in sort of like forested area, but the center that dips down and widens up. And it widens up very quickly, very wide and very quickly actually, until eventually it becomes a massive, gargantuan-like gorge. The cliff sides on either side, they shoot up a good 70, 80 feet or so. It's a good like depth up there, with various outcroppings and platforms and such like that individuals can stand on. But the actual width of the gorge itself, you probably measure it to be probably maybe about half a mile, if anything. It's fucking big. You can see that this place probably was a river at one time. Just generally how the landscape works. You can see old riverbanks since dried up, and Raya will explain that there was once a bountiful source of water here. However, the demons drank it dry when they first came here, and it has not recovered since.
Sorry, do we have like a map or something, like visuals?
Yep.
Thank you.
Gorgeous.
So we're in the gorge, not on either side of it. Okay.
Well, you can choose to move onto the sides of the gorge if you wish. This is the deployment phase, shall we say?
Arri straight up there.
Yeah, so Arrabella immediately.
And I will
gets
take the
into-
other side.
Are they going to be coming from this way?
They'll be coming from the south, yes.
Cool.
Do we know what's in the little cave of caviness?
That was the mine. That was
Okay.
has since been abandoned.
Is it worth checking? It's definitely abandoned.
You probably don't know if you have enough time to do that.
Okay.
Because, like, as you guys are moving inwards, you can see there's still a little bit of daylight left, but it's getting there's a darkness on the horizon in the skies that is somewhat unnatural. Dark clouds gather.
In that case, I will go on the
little bit of
ledge.
storm. Something's coming.
I will go on the ledge above the cave. Still giving me ample aerial support, but means I can shoot things if they come out the cave too.
All right.
I feel that I'm also a bit more of a ranged person, but I'm not going to stand on a point of vantage like Arri and Rennas. I'm going to actually just stand back. I'll try and stay behind other people.
All right. So you'll be part of the rear guard with Raya and Askar then.
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, in terms of how this is going to work, you can move as you would normally move. One round is the duration of about 10 minutes.
Oof. That's a whole blade barrier.
Yeah. However, if you if you cast spells to attack a demon unit or so, you do it as normal. You make your attack roll, and then you roll your to be fair, you won't need to make an attack roll. You just roll your damage, pretty much from the get go, and the damage that you do, that's how many casualties you're inflicting upon that unit.
So, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just muttering to myself. Sorry, go on.
Well, I'm thinking is maybe if I come down here and I stay in hiding for a while, someone probably take the other side, and then when we see most of the troops come through, we can kind of get them in a pincer.
I would
That
be
makes
okay
sense.
with doing that with Verity on the other side, if that was a good idea.
You guys have free reign to direct the your allies as you see fit as well. So if you want the archers on the sides as well, they can. If you want the elk, so obviously you've got your archer units here, you've got your elk riders there, and then you have your druid units there. So you feel free to direct them wherever you see fit. If you want Raya and Askar to relocate somewhere else in the battlefield, you can do so. You guys are in charge.
I'm just saying, is there going to be enough room for us to for me and maybe one druid unit to hide within this area?
Possibly. You'd have to make a stealth roll.
I mean, only if everyone else is okay, because we would be taking off some soldiers for the beginning of it. But I'm just thinking of laying a whole bunch. Let me get my arrow.
So do you want to take a unit of druids with you? So
Generally,
Yeah.
your guards plus 100,
whilst
about 100 druids.
Yeah, because you said there's 1,000 enemies. Once they get to this deep in, 50 feet in, 55, we can start coming out from here and start picking them off from behind as well.
Well, if you're thinking of a pincer, shouldn't that be performed with the cavalry instead? Generally, for the ability to move quite quickly, run them down, kind of guerrilla tactics in and out.
True. I just don't know how easy it would be to hide the elk.
I mean, you could keep the elks in, at least some of them in the mine.
How pixies? How high levels of spells can you do? Can any of you do hidden terrain or
Pixies are they are actually pretty good at illusion based magic. they're good at. They can do polymorph, sleep, entangle, fly, dispel magic, that sort of stuff.
So, like, if I could get like the pixies to use, I can't remember what it is where you kind of like disguise the terrain to hide us.
They can't do hallucinatory terrain. I'll let you know that.
Oh,
I reckon if we have a unit of archers over here and a unit of archers over here, that makes sense on opposite sides.
So
I think-
archers there.
Probably
And-
archers further up because they're quite close to the ridge,
There.
to being flanked. That seems more appropriate than there. I feel like the other option's a bit further, too far down.
No, that's fair. I was just trying to give Arrabella a bit of space because I know that I don't want them too close to me because I need to be hiding.
Of course,
I'll
of
find
course.
them useless.
Verity, where would you and your unit of druids like to hide on this map?
I think I'll be taking a unit of elks instead.
Unit of elks, okay.
And I was thinking of like hiding because this area looks kind of tree-ish around here.
All right.
Or there's the other side that definitely does have a tree.
Okay. So, Verity, go ahead and make a stealth roll for me, and I will make a stealth roll for the elk units. 14 for the elks. 20 for the stealth. So, you guys lie in wait in the thickest bit of brush and almost swamp, kind of somewhat swampy-like area, and conceal yourself as best as possible in preparation for the forces that are coming.
Hopefully, Korgrin and Otti will be big enough of a bait.
Russ, do you want to mirror Verity on the other side?
I am unsure of what we're doing and if that's a good idea, but I think because the back does already have Askar and Rhea, it'll probably be okay. So I think I will do that. I'll mirror
Okay.
Verity and I'll take so I'll be here. So I'll be just a bit up from Verity, actually, not quite
Right.
on the same level, and I'll take the unit of Fae with me.
Righto. So you'll just have your guard units and not a unit of allies with you then.
I mean, I'd quite like something else if they're going.
Yeah, I mean, like there's the archers obviously have been taking place on the sides. You can take a unit of druids or a unit of Elk Riders.
So I'd take something that's more melee, I guess. I guess that would be Elk Riders.
All right then. So I'll have them do a stealth roll on that side as well.
And I'll do one as well.
Same roll again.
Also
Okay.
14, okay.
Right, and you get a stealth roll from you.
Eh.
Okay. So you guys, at the very base of this cliff edge or the gorge edge, there's a lot of rocks around, along with dried husk-up trees and like thick, bushy-like foliages. You guys are able to conceal yourselves in these quite thick rocks, giving you ample sight of the gorge ahead of you. You get the feeling that you've utilised the terrain as best as you can.
I would also like to be hiding behind my little tree up here.
All right then. Can I get a stealth roll from you, please? Very good. You stealth so well that even your guards lose sight on you for a little bit. Like, where'd he go? He was just here.
I'm over here.
Where'd you go? What the?
Otti,
Right.
what kind of formation do you want for the grand melee?
I'm thinking just gonna go in up front, sort of this over here. I'm guessing they're gonna kind of come down the road in the middle. I'm not gonna try and hide because why would I do that? I'm green enough. I don't need to be more green with the leaves. So yeah, I'm gonna just be bait and just stand in the middle. I think I'm just gonna.
All right. Do you,
put
as
it
a
down
symbol to your allies, you're gonna park your banner right there and wait.
I will mirror Otti kind of there. If I could, have my support kind of behind the trees or kind of in the foliage, so that they're nearby, as you say, but they're not.
Your support will effectively, your guard unit will effectively be occupying the same space you are occupying. They're not going to be, they won't be right next to you, but
Okay.
they'll be within 30, 60 feet of you. As I
Fair
said,
enough.
this map encompasses about half a mile. So
Then, if I could, well, in that case, so do we want the druids as well? The remaining forces as, let me get that, a V. Do we want them as just a line? Any preference in terms of how we want to funnel them? There's also kind of an encompassing V instead.
I think
Any
a V is going to be useful with possibly the Elk Riders in the front, in the top of the V, so like here.
I would say Elk Riders. Jack, are they basically cavalry? So they've got long weapons.
Yeah.
They've got the elk. So they're basically the knights that you want to flank rather
Yeah.
than engage in hand-to-hand combat with
Elks
these.
are the Elk Riders. They're shock troops, basically. They'll ride in, deal the damage, and then back off. And mobility is their best weapon for today.
So the Elk Riders kind of one there and one there,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
they swoop in, do some damage, run out before they can get hit. So really, then we want the remaining druids to kind of occupy, like here, 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 and then 2 on the other side as well. I will yeetus deletus. I deleted myself. Ah.
Control Z,
Bye.
Control Z, Control Z.
Wait, can you control Z on roll
You
20?
can just drag your
No, you
character sheet
can't.
onto the page.
I think we can say we've lost the weakest member, so that's good.
You cannot. I cannot drag
got-
my
I can Control Z though.
Yeah. I was going to say the portrait in my character sheet is different to the token because I've still got my original portrait, whereas obviously the token is the one Verity drew.
Okay.
Korgrin just fucking dies on the fucking battlefield.
Sorry, I thought I could delete the text that I wrote, but I can't, so sorry. Whoops. I thought I was more in control than that.
So, are you happy with the current formation, or do you want them to move at all anymore?
How do you feel, Otti? Secure, safe.
I'm okay there. Yeah, I'm okay there, but I'm gonna want to move out the way eventually. So
Yeah. Obviously, I assume there is unit movement, isn't there, Jack?
Yeah, they will be moving. Yeah, if they have to.
Okay.
The key today is to protect Askar. Also, if Askar, it's kind of like a double-edged sword in that regards. Askar will help heal units, so he'll actually probably be a little bit closer to heal any soldiers that go down. And it's more than likely that demons, as primal as they are, will likely focus on trying to kill Askar before moving on. So if Askar dies, then they will likely either try to destroy all the forces that are currently here, or if fear overtakes them, they might try to just retreat and move onwards to Greenspire. Either way, your guys' objective today is to make sure that they don't reach Greenspire, and if possible, Askar survives.
So kind of perfect where he is then. Draw them into the gorge and into the meat grinder. Fair.
All right. So
This is a bit nerve-wracking, y'all.
Nah.
Don't know which of my spells to deploy.
All of them.
So.
Use all the spells.
Silence rings out across the gorge. Occasionally you'll hear a cough. It echoes a bit. There's a wind that somewhat sweeps through the gorge. The powerful, like, kind of noise. Cracks of thunder can be heard in the distance. And then with a wind northwards carries the sound of echoey grunting. Not just one grunt, like lots of them. Almost like pigs squealing, but aggressively. Soon the dark clouds begin to shape up overhead as the sun begins to set properly and night begins to come in.
Verity, during the prep, did you do your bond?
Like the wind is blowing north, so it's coming from the south.
I don't think I did because, like, I imagine it would take us more than an hour to get everything ready by the time,
Fair enough.
you know.
We're not really as separated as I thought we were going to be. To be fair, we can probably yell to each other if we need to. If I need your attention, Korgi, I'll just shoot you. I can't get past your AC anyway. It's fine.
They got the pixies. They'll probably be pretty good at getting between people should it be an emergency. Ooh.
Korgrin and Otti, you stand in the middle of the gorge. Otti, your hair flipping with the wind. Korgrin, your banner. The weapons around you radiate with power. Your guards behind you. As you can see, the druids themselves, the majority of them begin to change shape. To wolves, the bears, dire wolves, panthers, all manners of creatures. There's still a light formation in them, but it seems that they're more of a... They're not an organized military force. They will match horde with primal ferocity, whilst trying to maintain formations.
Did the guard who turned into an elephant? Who was the elephant turn into it?
He can turn in. He'll turn into an elephant. Why not?
We'll do it now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of sound. Raya and her guard stand back with Askar as they stare forward. The elks, they give off a kind of noise. Even the ones that are hidden, they're like, you see their riders have to like shush them a little. There's a sort of a change in temperature in the air. Arrabella, the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. As one who's connected to the nature domain, you feel something foul coming. A congregation of demons not sensed by you guys before in such numbers. But there's definitely telltale signs in the air. Russ, you've been in battle before, but not like this. As you breathe out, you can see your breath in the air, the white mist. Strangely enough, that white mist from your breath stays, like a cloud in front of your face. A momentary sign of confusion comes over you before that mist sort of reshapes itself into kind of a blacky-like one with red eyes. Words creep into your mind. I care not for demon souls. But if you find wounded druids on the battlefield. I want them. With that, the mist disperses. Rennas, your elf eyes peer out across the gorge, piercing through what darkness they can. But with your true sight, you can see an unnatural greenish-like energy funneling from the clouds overhead, coalescing downwards like a tornado, but still, if anything. And it centers into a black mass movement in the distance that is slowly coming in.
But what the fuck's this? I thought they were just marching here.
Verity. The pixies on your broom, they will be brave, but even you can tell that they are scared. The elks behind you are restless. You can see their riders shushing and calming them. As the wind flaps through your hair, you sort of grip the handle of your broom tightly, to the point where you can see the whites on your knuckles sort of show. There's definitely a tenseness in the air as the louding grunts and cries of a horde approaches. Soon you are able to make out creatures marching that defy the very nature of what is life. Creatures that you are all individually, except for Russ, familiar with. You see hundreds more of those short, fleshy, bulbousy-like pus buckets known as manuses. You see hundreds of those large dog-like creatures known as dretchers. You can see a number of orange-furred, blue-skinned, hulking Bolgoras on the flanks. And hidden in the clouds, you can see shadows flying with bat-like wings. Several hordes of them. As they march forward onto the battlefield. Verity, you look up with your Elk Riders, and you can see these shadow demons flying directly overhead. It looks like they haven't noticed you for now, as they begin to spread out into the gorge. As they march forward, eventually they see the druids halt, like standing in the middle of the gorge, and there is a loud horn, and the demons halt. At the back, you can see armored-looking bipedal frog-like creatures with massive horns and spikes adorned all over their bodies. This is a type of demon that you have not seen before, but you've read out in the textbooks. These are Hezros. You can see 3 of them, and they are directing the demons in front of them. In each of the hordes, you can see 1 or 2 humanoid individuals. Maybe some of them are knights, you can't be too certain. Maybe some of them are just cultists. but there is definitely a humanoid presence within this horde. As the demons take hold, a solitary individual marches out ahead. This creature is fully armored in what you can assume to be a plate-like armor, reminiscent of the knights, but it can't be classified as human anymore. Half of its face is contorted with pus-like bat appendages and wings and the like, and like kind of like a bat-like face, but the other half is like scarred human and the like. Has two swords on his side, and he just sort of marches out about 100 feet away from the forces and stands there, withdraws the swords and plants them into the ground. And he bellows out across the gorge. Who dares stands before us? Does anybody...
I mean, I
respond?
definitely don't because I'm hiding.
Yeah, yep.
But I'm waiting for someone to respond.
Yeah, I would
really
certainly
want to shoot him, but
shout out. Thaumaturgy if need be. We are the guardians of the Forgotten. We are here with the druids to end your disgusting parade, your mockery of life, marching upon their lands. What purpose do you serve? Turn back or be felled.
His Royal Highness King Turiel Windwood has decreed that the druids are enemies of the state.
Liar!
To you as an enemy of the state.
You will lay down your arms, and you will disperse from Windward lands, or you will be destroyed and fed upon.
I don't know, perception, who the fuck is this guy? I don't know if it's possible to see his if it's not possible to see his badge, like his mark, then I will just shout out, who the fuck are you? Basically.
I have been selected by the Truthsayer himself to lead this contingent. Who I am is not important. What I represent is the collective might of Windwood.
Your name matters for the history books, so that we can write who died on this field today.
The textbooks will remember that rebels and traitors died on this field. And it was Commander Bersius that brought them death.
Commander Bersius, thank you very much.
Ellie's looking insightful, but it doesn't ring a bell to me.
It doesn't ring any bells to me.
This is not an individual you've met before.
Is it an individual we've read or heard about?
Make a history check.
Hiya!
Ellie is making a literal history check by trying to read everything we've ever said.
Great. 20!
You have heard of the Knight Bersius. Comes from a stock of nobilities heading from the capital. Last you heard or read, he fell in with Edgar, the commander of the Knights, and has served him faithfully for many years.
Fair.
Until he was felled in a gorge trying to kill some druids.
He picks up the swords. On your heads be it. He turns around and marches back towards the hordes.
Okay, why is he running away? That's not how you fight.
He's not running, he's marching.
It's
Oh,
what the
fucking-
leaders. It's what the leaders do. It's like being polite to each other before you start kicking the shit out of each other. Don't ask me why nobody actually kills anyone during this whole phase. It's just how it is, really.
Do you get your dick out as well, or is it just metaphorically, of course?
The metaphorical dick, of course. Not the physical dick or the emotional dick, but the metaphorical dick. The royal dick, as it were.
I mean, you never know. Who was it who peed in front of the king?
It was Ambassador London.
Yes.
Yeah, that's been done. So it just depends, apparently. Some people take it literally.
As Commander Perseus returns and disappears into the horde of troops, another horn is blown. And you can hear and see the demons lose all control as they charge forward in a bloodied, frenzied, no quarter to be given. This horde is about to feed. Can I get initiative from everybody, please?
I actually
neutral
fucking
acting.
rolled well for once.
Oh, I didn't select my token.
God damn it, Russ.
I know, right? It's okay, I rolled shit anyway.
Yep. To be fair, you can fix it. If you just click your token again, re-roll initiative, it will have a different number. Then you can click on the number next to your name in the initiative order and change it to 8.
Yeah, okay.
So,
How do I
just as a...
select them? Oh, it's
Go
because I
on.
was on the ruler. That's fine. Okay. Initiative.
Just as a question, Jack, how are things like damage per turn, like Blade Barrier, for example, how is that going to work?
So basically, you just roll your damage.
Mhm.
And basically, how this is going to work is it's not going to work as a regular combat thing. You basically select the unit that you want to go attack. You say how you want to attack them, like with your bows, with your weapons and stuff like that, and you basically just go straight to the dealing the damage phase. If I have to make a saving throw, I'll make a saving throw. So it could half the amount of casualties inflicted. If not, if it's just the weapons, you basically just roll the damage. How many you kill is basically the damage you roll. It's how many creatures you will kill in that given round, basically.
Of course, but with that, I mean, so with Blade Barrier, obviously, it's concentration 10 minutes, but
Yeah.
it could do damage, kind of every round, as it were.
Yeah.
So under normal combat circumstances, if that ran for the whole 10 minutes, that would be, 60 rounds of D10 slashing damage?
Yeah.
So would it be 60 times 60-10, or...
in the spirit of what is happening here, consider each 10 minutes just to be one round, effectively. So you would just roll the damage as normal.
As if we were all just slowed down.
Chances are a single blade barrier will wipe out an entire unit anyway. So
okay, fair enough.
It's similar to what we practiced in the war game, but it's not going to be exactly the same. So.
Yeah, in the war game, it was fine because there were things like fireball and stuff like that happened instantaneously.
Yeah.
But this was clearly something that neither of us thought of. Duration of spells. Damn them. But fair enough.
Yeah. So really, many I have a rough idea of how this is going to work, but it's mainly a case of just. I'm going for the simplicity here, and you guys are gonna fucking wreck shit. So probably.
So, would I roll twice because I typically have 2 attacks in a turn, or would it?
Yeah.
Just
So
be
that's
the
you however much damage you would actually make. If you have to make 2 or 3 attacks in a turn, if you're going to cast a spell to do Hunter's Mark. Or break the horde or something like that. You just put your damage on top of that, and then we're just classifying that as that's how many things you're killing in one round. As
Okay,
you say.
so I get to essentially do 3 attacks because it'd be attack, hold breaker, attack
Yeah,
again.
exactly. Yeah. And of course, like any spell slots that you expend those spell slots. So, anyways, I was in the middle of doing something. Where is it? All right. Natural 1 on the Balgor. And am I missing anything? Okay, the menaces. Sorry about this.
While you're doing that, though, I am gonna pop to Lou quickly to save me needing to go halfway through the battle.
There we go.
You mean you don't have a piss cup?
Piss bucket, I think you mean.
I've got, like in offices where they've got the water tank. I've got one of those just upside down.
Yeah, so you have to pee up the way now.
You guys haven't inserted a catheter?
You
Not
guys
yet.
don't just completely evaporate your piss and just recycle it within your body.
You guys don't just wet yourselves frequently.
You guys pee.
You guys don't just use the toilet like a normal fucking person?
Afraid
Hey,
not.
no, what the fuck? Toilets are dirty. They have
You know how many
poo in
butts
them.
have touched those?
My butt has touched that. Ugh. Oh, heebie-jeebies. You know people have farted in toilets, right?
Okay, so Rennas, Otti, Arrabella, rest must have definitely before them. Right, I think I've gotten everything. So as these creatures begin to charge towards the druids, you guys take your weapons, prepare, and fire out into the darkness as those on the ground steel yourselves and brace yourselves for the inevitable clash that is to begin. Rennas, you're up first. So, how would you like to go about doing this?
Well, I see big and scary things, so I will be aiming for the Balgors. Do they also represent units of Balgors?
Yes, so you can see those Balgoras represent about 25 or so Balgoras in a pack.
Awesome. Well, I remember one being, really, really hard. So let's take on 50, and I will aim at them.
Okay.
So I'm just going to roll to attack anyway, even though they said not to, because it's
Right.
just easier to roll damage that way.
Yeah.
And it's probably a good job we're not rolling to attack, isn't it? That's a plus.
I think an 18 would still
Plus
hit them.
11.
Yeah.
Well,
it would,
that's fair.
it would definitely get them, yeah. Right, so that would be 25, 16, 10, so 36, 46, divide that by 4. So I've just got a certain thing to do, so I'm just going to go...
11.5.
I killed 11.5 Balgors.
Alright, so yeah, so over the course of the next 10 minutes, you're just firing arrow after arrow out of that, and you pepper these Balgors as they're charging forward. You can see some of them like chomping off, like ripping up the husk trees. Some of them even trying to make their way over towards the cliff edges and start climbing up at them. But they usually go like each one of the Balgors that you fell. They take quite a lot of arrows, but they do go down, and you've definitely lessened the amount of numbers that there are there. You probably killed about half of them in your particular incidents. Your guards are behind you, like, what do we do?
You make sure they don't get closer to me. You can.
All right. So that's, unless you wanted to move anywhere, it will be Otti's turn.
No, that's fine. I'm staying around my magical tree of hidiness.
Alrighty then. So, Otti, the demons are charging towards you. What are you going to do?
I want to go and attack them. Do I still have 30 feet of movement as per the line?
Yeah. So in the course of like basically 10 minutes, you would go out, charge out there, and like meet them head on, basically.
Yeah. And I'm going to go over here.
That is
And-
ballsy.
Well, and I'm just going to hit this one in front of me 3 times. Because I now have that ability.
So effectively, just roll your damage 3 times. You can re-roll 1s and 2s, can't you?
I certainly can, so I will re-roll that last one. For exactly the fucking same.
Sorry, man. Okay, so that would be 20. So as you meet this Dretch unit head on, they immediately, most of them just start charging towards you. You're right in the center of them. You're hacking away at them. Your guards run beside you, like they're just cutting them down. And you, over the course of the next few minutes, you're able to personally kill 31 of them. All right, Arrabella, it's your turn.
Okay. So I'm gonna shoot at this guy.
All right.
And everything's a fiend, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Cool. Let's check that out. And yeah, so attack, then horde breaker, and then attack.
Nice. Okay, so it's 19, 20, so it's 40, 60, minus 3, so 57, 57 divided by 4, 14. Alright, so yeah, so you can see on one side of the gorge, that pack of Balgoras is being felled by arrow after arrow being fired by Rennas. You follow suit with your archers behind you. They're just peppering arrows, focusing on the Balgora pack. And 14 of them go down. There are quite a few, still a few of them left, and they're charging forwards. But you're definitely ahead, in terms of kill count, ahead of Rennas at the moment.
How dare you?
Ouch.
It only counts as 1.
The bowmen are going to fire down towards the dretches themselves. So where is it? I just had them.
Rat-tat-tat-tat.
Where are the bone men?
The bone men, inside all of us.
They're called skeletons.
There's a bowman there, and there's a bowman there.
Oh, a bowman. I thought you said bone man.
No, you
That's why I
silly.
said skeletons.
Hee. Corgi,
no.
save me. How the fuck am I gonna save you, Otti?
No, she's the bait.
So
Oh,
5d6,
spells!
21.
Oh, they rolled good.
So, yeah. So on this side, their barrage of arrow fire are able to take down 19 dretches. And on the other side, beside you, Otti, you can see more dretches being taken out by arrow fire from the archers.
Wait, wouldn't it
And
be 20 dretches if it's halved?
No, those dretches. It's not halved on those dretches because there are more of them.
Right.
I divide the damage on the larger creatures.
Yeah, by 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they would take more of a beating.
My bad, I thought you were just targeting the one group, and I was like, huh, why is it only 19? Fair enough, my bad.
All right, so they will continue to fire. So the Elk Riders. So the captains of the Elk Riders behind Verity and Russ, they're gonna wait for your commands before they charge forward.
So kind
They
of like
don't
a
know-
held action where I turn kind of thing.
Pretty much in that sense. They don't know if they should go now or if they should wait for the enemy to go forward a little bit more.
Mm.
The Elk Riders here, however, are going to move out over here. And they're going to get ready to sort of like much charge in on the sides. Askar his horn is going to shine brightly in preparation for anybody who might get hurt. The demons take massive notice of that. Right, the hordes will charge forward. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15, 20, 15, 20, 20, 15, 20.
Oh, lordy.
So those hordes will begin to surround you, Otti. 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 10, 15, 20. Korgrin, the menaces that charge across the battlefield to reach you, they basically spend the next 10 minutes or a few minutes just charging at full might to get to you before, like, as the druids basically stay there in preparation, ready for the defense. They take their full action to get there. OT. There are 6 of them, so I need to roll. Right, I want you to make. I want you to roll a d20 for me, please, OT.
Yep.
All right, so half this damage. So over the course of the next few minutes, as these menaces begin to like surround and claw at you, you're able to like throw them off. Like your guards are definitely helping in that sense, and you are able to. And with your one of your guard being a priest, able to mitigate some of the damage. You only take 6 points of damage.
Bring it on!
Shit, yes. Oh shit, I lost another 3d4 on that regard. This should be, it's 3d4 per on that one. So half that. So add another 4 on top of that. There we go. Okay, Verity, you're up.
Alright, bitches! So with the cavalry, I'm gonna have them start going in like a boop, boop, boop kind of way. They're gonna try and like start skipping up from behind.
All right.
Which they're waiting
So
for my order.
Yeah, they basically you. So you give them the order to charge out, and they will. So they'll activate their held action. So they're going to charge out across the battlefield, fully alerting the flying shadow demons overhead, and they're making their way from one of the. They're charging directly at one of the commander's units, but that's all they can do on that regard.
And I was gonna go for these 3 motherfuckers. And I
Okay.
was going to use a spell because they look like they're going to be fast, and I don't want them to get to our archers. I was going to use the spell Hunger of Hadar,
Okay.
where a black portal opens up and it becomes hentai bitches with tentacles and smoke.
And moaning just emanating from the portal.
Yeah, just moaning, just like.
What level are you cast? What level are you casting it at? Is it can it only be cast at 3rd level? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm casting it at level 3. But I believe they take 2d6 cold damage at the start of their turn, and then 2d6 acid damage if they fail a dexterity throw.
All right, so I'll have them do a dexterity saving throw.
I imagine we'll just do the damage now to save time.
24. So they will half this damage being done to them. So go ahead and roll 4d6.
36.
Alright,
Well,
so that is...
shit. I'm
Ah,
going to use a
goddamn.
sorcery point to re-roll 3 of those.
Okie dokie.
Eh.
Add another 10 onto it.
Alright. So that would be... Hold on, so it's... Shit, hold on. What is it? 11 plus 2... No, 3. So yeah, you re-rolled the 2 to 2 and the 3, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, wait,
Right,
I was
so-
going to have the pixies casting hold person to make them fail dexterity set throws.
They wouldn't... That's more of a flavor sort of thing. They're basically there just to sort of support you and what you're actually doing. So yeah, they will actually be casting whole person to make some of the creatures like fail. They're actually like fail in that regard. So that's 11 plus 3 is 14. Over the course of the next few minutes, those tentacles appear and like massively like regurgitate. They grab 14 of those demons and basically just tear them apart. Well, there are quite a number more of them, as they are fast. They're trying to get you, but you are faster, and you're just kind of zooming around this mass horde as they're just trying to get you, but you're just like zigzagging in and out of them in midair, whilst these tentacles are just sort of appearing in thin air, just grabbing one of them, just crushing them, and taking them into the dark space.
Yeah.
Did you want to move anywhere, or do you want to stay in that location?
I'm guessing that's my measuring thingy. I'm gonna move like around here. Like I'm gonna be kind of like, I want to be kind of like funneling them.
All right.
So they go less towards the archers up here and more
Yep.
towards here, so the archers
So like
can hit them.
I see. All right. So
I want to try hurting them.
I want you to roll a d20 for me as you try to maneuver them, but leave their attack space, shall we say, or one of their attack spaces at least.
I failed there. I rolled a 2.
Yes. So you would be taking 4 damage on this regard. So this would be. So over the course, so during that process, you get cut a little bit and you take 11 points of damage. As the swords just fly past you and just swipe at you as best as they can. All right, Korgrin, it's your turn. The bulk of the forces have met the druid's head on.
There is a strange line on the screen. Can you see it?
Yes.
If I blade barrier, would that actually cover 100 feet?
Oh,
Like it's described, or no?
No. Blade barrier, to be honest, would probably cover an area of like 5 foot in front of you, if anything. But it's because remember this encompasses like half a mile.
Yeah, I know it's kind of odd metrics basically.
Yeah.
Okay. I will not blade barrier then. If I were to firestorm, the area of the storm consists of 10 10-foot cubes, so that also counts as 100 then.
Yeah.
Okay. So kind of blade barrier and firestorm take up the same space.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm kind of establishing that kind of 1, maybe 2 squares.
In terms of firestorm, just how it works. Instead of selecting different squares, you can select different units that are. On blade barrier, I'd say would target all units within 5 feet of you. If you did like a circle around you, it's not really a case of like the geometrics of it. It's more a case of the damage being done, really. So
okay, mances aren't that big of an issue, so I will move forward myself. Kind of, I'll act as the shield to the rest of my support. You know, the ranged behind me. But I would like to try and firestorm, maybe one of the dretches. Kind of that haven't yet charged and are maybe kind of caught off guard by it. So
in terms of how that would work, I'd say as they're charging forward, you're bringing the fire down on them and they're being basically blasted to smithereens as they're charging.
Yeah, so that is a dexterity saving throw from them.
Threshold 16.
Which is a fail.
Yep.
So 7d10. Please roll big. Eh.
Alright, so as they're charging forwards, 31 of them are blown up by the firestorm brought down. That was that one there that got blown up. So, okay. Alright. Anything else from you, Korgrin?
No, I'm happy with moving and
Alright.
casting.
And bringing the fire down. Alright,
Yes.
Russ. It's your
Right.
turn.
The first thing I'd like to do is I'd like to tell my unit to try and get the ones that are furthest forward. That we should always be aiming, trying to prevent people from reaching the back.
All right, so just ping which one which ones you're referencing, please. All right, so you give the order for your Elk Riders to charge into the rear of the frontline menaces that are engaging the Druid forces at the moment. All right, so that will activate their action. They will avoid combat with the ones right in front of them. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20, and they'll get to there or so. So they're charging there now.
Okay. Well, that's awkward. Hang on, so they're just going to stay in the middle of nowhere?
Well, they've utilised all their movements, so they're getting there.
Okay, well, yeah, okay, I guess that's fine. With my action, I'm actually going to cast Arcane Hand.
Yep.
And I'm going to try and kind of fly swat the guys that are near here.
Alrighty then.
So for me, that's roll 48, right?
That's right. So you're going to go engage one of the Manus' units, okay?
Yeah.
So with the hands around you, you charge forward, and they just go around, and they personally crush 17 of the Manus' over the course of a few minutes.
Okay. Bonus action, I may actually put my Hexplex Curse on this fucking guy.
Well, there's several of them, so...
Alright.
Yeah, that's why it's not a singular unit.
And what about these guys at the back? It's also several of them.
No, those ones down there, they are actually singular units.
Okay, I'll put it on this one here then. Because he seems dangerous. And that's my action.
Alright. So it is the Hezro's turn. So
I
they will
actually
actually...
about bonus actions.
5, 10,
Whoopsies.
15, 20, 5, 30. So Russ, you have revealed your position and they are moving inwards.
Oh, good.
This one here is going to engage the Elk Riders. Where is it? It's right, here we go. So one bites, so this is just purely a measure of damage now, so 18, 15, 9. So over the course of the next few minutes, you see that Hezro just tear into the oncoming Elk Riders, and he will be killing 33, 42 of them. And you can see, like, the Elk Riders are completely outmatched in that regard. As a singular unit, he's able to destroy them, and the unit itself is like breaking up and trying to surround him and just trying to attack him. That's as best as they can do for now. That's just not working well for them. All right, it's Raya's turn. So Raya is going to move forward a little bit, and she is going to bring the Pane of Moonbeam down onto one of the frontline Manuses there. So over the course of the next few minutes, she will kill 12 of them. Alright. So it's the Shadow Demon's Hordes. So these ones are going to fly up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30... The archers will start to get swarmed on the left flank. 2 of the hordes of Shadow Demon hordes move towards Verity, one of them continues on its affirmation route and charges up towards the other archer units. So, Verity, I want you to roll a d20 for me, please. So this will be 68. So that's a success. So you'll half this damage. So you'll take 10 points of damage as these creatures try to swarm you. But you're just like vaguing in and out of them. Alright. It is now the druid's turn. So they will engage. So this guy here will be taking 60-10. Alright, so this guy, this unit here will lose 33 manasses. And then, well, I don't need to roll that anymore, so 3d10. 17, 8, and 17. Oh, there we go. Okay, so the Bolgoras will be up next. They will continue to charge forward. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15. Looks like these ones are actually climbing up the cliff to come towards you, Arrabella. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Alright, but they're charging to get there. So top of the round is Rennas.
Well, Rennas sees the same group of Balgors he's already shot going for Raya, and he's going to target them again.
Alright then.
Because he will try and protect her. He was going to try and protect Arri, but Arri can probably look after herself. It's a good job we're not rolling to hit.
Ding! Your bow snaps. What the fuck?
Oh.
Okay. So that is
Look at all those sixes!
yeah, that's
Can we just
amazing.
stop for a moment and look at all those sixes?
Amazing. That is
Well,
amazing.
Other than
You've
you
got
and
one-
Jack, we don't see the sixes. I just see the 37.
If you hover over the 37,
Ah.
or your mouse
It
over
goes
it, you'll see it.
6, 4, 6,
Oh,
6, 2,
shit.
6, 1, 6.
That's
fucking-
amazing.
I know. Happy days, eh? It does what it does happen. It does happen. Anyways, so that is 48, 58. Alright, so 58 divided by 4. 14.
Rennas is
So, yeah.
rolling well, guys. We're all going to be rolling.
So Rennas, as you see
stolen
these
all of you.
Bolgors charging across the battlefield to get towards Raya, you can see them like she engages them in battle over the course of the next few minutes. But in that breath of time, your arrow sings true, and the last of the Bolgors are destroyed.
Whoop whoop.
All right. So you want to stay there. So Otti, you are in the midst of the horde. Oh, I didn't do the dretches. I just recognised. Shit. Hold on.
Which ones are the dretches?
These
The
ones
one
down
in
here.
the
Are...
line below OT.
I got hit 6 times.
Yeah, that was from the what's it ones.
From the Manises. Sorry about that. I'll have to quickly take their turn now then. So, alright, so OT, you will get... I want you to roll 3 d20s for me, please. You know, just roll 1 d20, it'll be fine that way. Yeah. 90s. Alright, so 10. We'll just go with the first one. 10 is going to be a failure in that regard. So, over the course of the next few minutes, you will take 28 points of damage from the dretchers.
Ow. Corgi, help.
You did this, OT.
Oh, fine.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's as far as I know. They're charging out there. However, those two will engage those. So I'll Roll for the elks. Yeah, there goes. So they'll be taking half damage on this. It's 66. So it is going to be 11 casualties on the elks. Okay. Alright, so back to Otti's turn.
I'm going to go for this one on one attack then. Fuck you, why aren't we doing that?
Right, so it's 8.
Because I'm rolling that
14
once.
in total. So which one were you attacking?
This one here for the
That one
first
there.
one.
Alrighty then. So yeah, so that's your first attack, so that's 14 casualties on that one.
And then I'm going to go for the one behind me. And
Okay.
for the next one, I'm trying to find a weakness to break through.
Yep. It's 11
It's adding
on the
plus
one
something.
behind him. Because it's a critical hit, so it's adding rolling the extra dice.
Yeah.
And your third one?
Which one out of the two look most hurt? I hit the one in front of me more times.
You've killed more Dretches than you have Manuses. There's less of that Dretch horde than there is the Manus
I'll
horde.
go for this. I'll go for that Dretch horde again then.
Okay.
Oh, Discord, stop it! I'll roll that again.
Another
It's a 1.
Yep.
Oh no, it's even less.
Oh no. So that is.
Wait, no, you wouldn't have rolled
No,
that.
no, you didn't roll that.
Because
That's a 3. So you keep the
damn
3.
it.
So that's 9 casualties. There we go. So over the course of the next few minutes, you kill dozens of demons. Your guards are feeling the strain, and one of your guards actually goes down. But you are engaging a vast majority of the horde. Literally, the hundreds of demons have seen the threat you are, and they have surrounded you. And kind of like Matrix style, with like Neo in the middle of all them Agent Smiths, they're just charging forward, and you're just cutting them down as they're coming forward.
Corgi, help!
Fucking Jesus Christ.
That's fine. I'm fine. I'm not worried at all. I'm quite happy over here.
You've got like 5,000 health, it's fine.
Arrabella, you're up.
140.
So I assume they're currently climbing up the mountain.
That's right, yeah. So you can see them climbing, like they pick up like loose rocks and just throw it up at you. So like your archers sort of like lean over their head and either side fire arrows and just like back off as like rocks come flying upwards.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go at them again.
All right then.
So 1 and Horde Breaker and 2.
17 plus 15. 44.
So many ones. I've stolen
Just
Rennas'
11.
ones.
And as you,
Thank you.
each one you kill just falls off into the canyon below until eventually the last one gets up. He's peppered with arrows. He charges forward and he just takes a swing at you. You dive underneath him, kick flick off of him, just fire another arrow into the back of his head, and he falls down before your guards. And the last of those Borgoras have been killed. And they just look at you like, "Damn, you're a badass." All right. Okay, so it's the Seed Bowmen. So the Seed Bowmen are gonna aim up at the Shadow Demons that are moving in to attack them. So Shadow Demon's gonna do roll d20. That's a success. So that is a 3d. So they only take, unfortunately, over the course of a few minutes. More casualties. Yeah, shit on the damage on that regard. And then another d20 over there. That's a fail, so it's 3d8. More Shadow Demons killed on the left flank than there are on the right flank. Right, it's the Elk Riders' turn, so 5,
Is it
10,
possible
15.
for the units to move? For the bowmen to retreat, possibly
Yeah.
towards Arri, or I don't know. If Arri wants that, if Arri wants them nearby, if she doesn't, I don't know.
They can come near me if they want. Like they can.
If they start losing some people, then they will. But as of right now, they're just sort of like standing their ground, firing arrows up as much as possible. Okay. The Elk Riders are there. They're going charging in. So d20 from the Manus. It's a fail. So this is a 3d20. Alright, so they trample 15 Manuses there. D20 over there. That's success at 3d12. half that to 11 over there. Alright. So he needs to roll a d20. That's a fail, so 3d12. So over the course, as the Elk Riders begin their counter against that demon down there, you can see he does take some damage. So he'll take 18 points of damage in that regard. Alright. One there. D20 from that dretch. It's a fail. 3d12. The Elk Riders match those dretches head on and flatter them like pancakes, and they take tremendous amounts of casualties. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's everything. So Askar is going to move forward a little bit, and he is going to shine his beacon, and a ray of light shines down on the Elk Riders down there, and they regain 11 individuals return to life to continue the fight. Alright, now for the Horde. Okay. There and there. 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 Okay. Right, Otti, can I get a d20 from you, please? Right, so you take half damage from the Manuses, so you will be taking 11 points of damage from the Manus hordes that have surrounded you. The Elk Rider, 3d20s. That's a fail, so that's another 4. Elk Riders lose some people to the Manus horde. Alright. Right. Korgrin, can I get a d20 from you, please, as well?
You may. I don't know why I opened up my character sheet when I can just do that.
Very good. 4. You'll take half damage from this, so you take 10 points of damage over the course of the next few minutes in battle.
Are they magical, piercing, slashing, or bludgeoning?
Just damage, basically.
So, -3 to that.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Technically yes, technically no. It's just damage, basically. Over the course of the next few minutes, you take 10 points of damage. Okay.
I'll live.
Alright, so 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Alright, so over the... Yeah, you can see the druids are holding their ground for now, but they are taking some casualties. Right, so that brings us to Verity.
Okay. So
All right.
I feel bad. I'm gonna try and hold on. Make my way over. Yeah, to these guys. Gotta bounce.
Yep.
I'm gonna command that cavalry lot to make their way up here.
Yep.
To start flanking the enemies going after Otti. I'm gonna put myself behind them so you can still see the token, but I'm technically on top of them now.
Okay, no,
And then
thank you very much.
Yeah, me and the pixies. I'm gonna Hunger of Hadar, and the pix, which it reduces movement and it makes the area completely dark, so the monster is blind in there. I imagine if you're smaller than 20 foot.
Hunger of Hadar. It's cold. Illuminate here. They're blinded, yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Cool. That's good.
And the area is considered difficult terrain. And I also want the pixies casting Hold Present on him, so I'm going to be trying to hold him back.
Well, he'll be
Also,
making the he needs to make a dexterity saving throw, doesn't he?
Yeah. But like our goal, mine and the Pixie's goals is to hold him back. That's a fail.
Alright, so he'll take full damage.
Oh, so that's 46.
Yeah. So how I'll rule that is that the elks will be able to get away without any real interference from the Hezro.
Yeah.
As the tentacles erupt from the ground and just like wrap around his arms, and he breaks the tentacles off, tries to get more of the Elk Riders, but another one sprouts out, and over the course of the next few minutes, you basically just like restrain him and damage him, and he's like, "Rah!" And the elks are able to rally and ride away.
Yeah. And I just tell them to go and support Otti.
Okay.
Because I see her getting surrounded.
Alright.
And Wild Magic Surge, nothing.
There we go.
I want to use my new ability!
So Korgrin, there are demons all around you. You swing your hammers. Well, basically, at this point, it would just be the firestorms that just bring it all down. And now they're close range of you.
So, strange question, I guess. Can I action surge?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I would like to use Holy Weapon.
Okay.
That's just going to be 5th level, so that's kind of my first action.
Right.
Bonus action, I can cast anything lower than 5th as a bonus
That's
action right now, can't I?
Oh, Holy Weapon is a bonus action.
True, but as an action surge when I do action surge.
Yeah.
Okay. So my first attack then will just be against the mances that are approaching. So that would be Warhammer damage plus Divine Strike. Ooh.
16.
And Holy Weapon damage. I don't know if I can Battle Master.
Anything that you would utilize to get more damage in a single attack, utilize it now. You basically, instead of like we're basically just playing an obscure version of the rules, really.
Fair. So I will maneuvering attack. I don't know if that applies to like a unit that can move or anything like that.
Basically, I'd apply it to your guards, basically.
Fair. So that would then be another Battlemaster dice.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my first action, first bonus action.
8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 29 casualties on the first one. That's good.
And then action surge, bonus action, spiritual weapon at 4th level.
Yep.
So that would then be
the hammer starts swinging across.
I like to imagine like a little army of hammers instead, or regular sized hammers instead of one big one. 1d8, so it is 1d8 for every you can spell use as well. Okay, so that would be 2, 1, 2, 3. So this would be 3d8 plus 4, I believe, plus 3. My bad.
No, 21. Lovely.
And then second action, main attack.
Okay.
So Warhammer. There's no Divine Strike. There is Holy Weapon, and there is Jesus. Those were some low damages.
Man. Man, that's not
Fair.
good.
I mean, I'll take the 21. The 21 was the win, so
yeah,
I'll do that. I will hold off on Battlemaster for now.
All right. So over the course of the next few minutes, you basically push into that Manus horde, start cutting them all down. There's only a few number of them left. I'm going to have them do a Wisdom saving throw now. No, that unit is those creatures, these unyielding, relentless forces of destruction are frightened of you, Korgrin, and they begin to retreat.
Yes, run, bitches.
Russ, you're up.
Right, bonus action. I'm going to fly swat these guys.
Yep.
So that's 4d8 with my hand.
Yep.
Which is not bad.
Nice.
Very good,
So
good.
they just basically start knocking them down like bowling pins.
Yeah. And then, so there's this big fucker here who
Yep.
I've cursed. Because now I get 4 Eldritch Blasts. I'm going to Eldritch Blast him 4 times with my curse.
Okay.
So hang on. That's so
Gonna
it's plus
fucking
6
annihilate
plus
them.
6 to all of these.
Okay. So basically, roll your damage and add
24.
12, 18, 24 to it all.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So 10, 44 plus 24. So
48, so 68.
68 points of damage. It was.
Just Russ mowing down fucking demons.
It's fucking
No,
Gatling gunning this
he's
one
focusing
demon.
on that. He's focusing on that leader at the moment. So that's 68 points of force damage against him. So, oh shit, that was not right. One, yeah, now
Not what we want to hear your DM say, but
68. That's better. So yeah, over the course of the next few minutes, Russ solo attacks this this hedgerow in a one-on-one combat style. That his guards, they try to attack him. Like a few straggler demons that are around in the area, they basically take on them as you focus on this one singular unit, Russ. And you basically just pop him. He like breaks some trees trying to get you, throws some husks at you, and you're just sort of dodging out the way, just blasting it with Eldritch Blast for now. You have the upper hand in that combat. However, it is his turn. So he is. Can you roll a d20 for me, please, Russ?
ooh.
Alright, so it's a fail. So you'll be taking full damage in all of this.
Mhm.
So,
To all of those, Jesus.
yeah. So over the course of the next few minutes, you also suffer 36 points of damage.
Okay.
Alright.
I thought the
This
attack
creature-
rolls were actually damage, so I was like,
No,
holy
no,
shit.
no, no. Alright, this creature mooches forward and engages the front lines of the druids. And they succeed, so they take half damage in all of this. So 32, 41. So that's so they will take 20 casualties in that attack. All right. The Hezro is going to. It's going to try and engage you, Verity. As it just throws shit up at you. Just picks up bodies of elks and druids and throws it at you as best as it can. Can you roll a d20 for me, please?
Can I
That's a
use my luck?
success.
Okay, never mind.
That's a success. So that and that and that. So it's 39 halved to 19 points of damage against you, Verity. That is Raya. She will now move in and engage one of the Manuses. So d20 from that guy. Success takes half damage. Fuck me, look at them. Fucking hell. That's shit damage. Yeah, the guy only takes 9 casualties in that regard. So I was expecting much more, but hey ho. Alright. Five, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10. Right, so Arrabella, you can see those archers on the left flank are taking some actual casualties now, and it looks like they'll need to change directions for now, or like reposition themselves. They're getting overwhelmed. Okay, it is the druid's turn. Right, so the druids push back into the Manuses. Alright, I need to roll So 3d12 for them. So yeah. Yeah, they're pushing back and they're dealing their damage. Absolutely. All right. So as they stand their ground, Rennas, you're up next.
So I'm going to continue my trope of trying to go. In fact, no, I'm not. I'm going to try and help out these archers over here and take out one of these flying swarmy things.
All right. All right. So
See, it says there's a 1, but there's only actually 1 there. I don't mind that. That's a perfectly fine roll.
So that's 29. So that's 54 of them that you bring down.
Leave my archers alone! And then I hide.
Right. All right. This is the Dretcher's turn. It's Yep. Okay. Right. Otti, can I get a D20 from you, please? All right, so you take half. You'll be taking half damage of that 90. No, of this. I'm about to roll. Sorry. So it's at 9d6. So you will take 15 points of damage. Okay. All right, Otti, you're up next.
So I'm slightly confused about the. I want to try and do Thunderwave for the guys in front of me.
So how that would work is basically just roll the damage that you would do with Thunderwave, and that's basically over the course of the next few minutes, you basically just cast multiple first level Thunderwaves without expending the spell slots to basically kill this many demons. So.
Okay, so yeah, it's a second level, so it's a second level spell. No, it's a first level spell. Okay, so I'll do Thunderwave.
Okay.
It's very rare I actually do Thunderwave, but I'm kind of surrounded, and Corgi isn't helping me because he's abandoned me and he hates me.
How did you know?
Oh, that's shit. It's 8 damage.
And I make the save somehow. Oh no, they don't. So yeah, they. So you're a target. You're still targeting them Dretchers, right?
Yeah, for the 3 in front of me.
Yeah. Okay, so there's much less than that. I'm going to have them do a Wisdom saving throw now because you've killed quite a lot of them. That is a failure. Those Dretchers begin to flee from you, Otti. All right. Is there anything else you wanted to do? Any bonus actions or anything?
I can't think of anything right now. I'm sure I'll think about it during the round. I'll be fine.
Okay, Arrabella, you're up.
Okay, so I am going to essentially just start firing on these guys.
Alrighty then.
We need aerial. 1, 2.
Nice. So over the course of the next few minutes, you kill 61 of them.
Kill all the flyy things. Like I would say about the flying fiends, but it's a maximum of 24 seconds. So what's the point?
No, this would basically be over the course of the next few minutes. Some of these demons forget how to fly, and that's how you get them, like shooting fish in a barrel. All right. So these bowmen will retreat towards you, Arrabella. As they're going, they will fire upwards. We'll deal. Encompassing yourself as well, Arrabella. They will deal 12 damage to that one there, and now that one will do a Wisdom saving throw. And that's a fail, and that one will begin to flee from the battle. Alright, this one over here is going to fire up on... picking off the ones that Rennas is slowly picking off. Yeah, 18.
Slowly, I'm going as quick as I can.
Yeah, that will make a wisdom saving throw as well. No, they will stay on the battlefield for now. There's only a few of them in that horde left, but they're basically done for. Okay. Alright, so this one's going to focus on there. It's 5d12. Fuck me, look at the fucking damage on that. These elks are meant to be doing some real fucking damage, but they're not.
I think that was the other side.
Yeah. So because the Hezro has been held down by Hunger of Adar, the elks will turn around and stampede into the dretches that are, behind them, that are focusing on Verity, on Otti at the moment. That's better. And they wipe out 39 of them. Otti, you are reinforced by Elk Riders as they start charging through the lines that are encompassing you, and you can see them like demons just like flying up and down as elks are just like headbutting them. You can see the riders cutting their heads off as they go. Alright, 5d12. Nice. So, saving throw. So that's I'll maintain on the battlefield. This one here as well, 5d12. 52. Wonderful. That's what I want to see.
It's 5d20, that's normal, right?
Oh, shit. Fuck's sake.
Just take off the
23.
13 and the 11. Just take it. Wait, no, never mind. I think that might be higher. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw 15 on the d12, and I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Hang on. 13? Wait.
Wait. 52. Right. Minus 23. Alrighty then. Yeah, they are being wiped out, and they're going to continue to ride. The Elk Riders are actually going to get out there, get closer to Askar, actually, because they're taking some casualties. And Askar will focus on those Elk Riders, actually. They regain 17 casualties. Okay. The Manasses. Right, can I get D20 from you, please, Korgrin?
No. Therefore, I say no and no.
Unfortunately, you'll be taking full damage from this one.
Ah, no.
R, 19. 15 damage. Fucking hell!
Ah,
All them
jeez, it
ones!
hurts so bad. Oh,
I've been Rennas!
oh, my butthole.
Otti,
happened?
Otti, can I get a D20 from you, please?
Oh no, not my butthole.
That's a success. You take half damage. 10 damage to you.
So glad that was an easy one I could work out.
Right. Okay, the druids are beginning to lose ground a little.
Good.
Good. Did you just say good?
We're the druids.
I said
It's not
that's
good.
not good.
Ah.
I think you cut out for the first bit, and all we heard was
I know,
good.
I feel like that's Kraxami is speaking through me, just...
Mwah.
The ones that are closest to Korgrin's right, they're the ones that are taking probably half casualties at this point. Alright. However, one will engage with you, Russ.
Cool.
And... yeah. Okay. So could I get a D20 from you, please, Russ?
Great.
You take 10 damage as a Manus horde bears onto you, supporting their commander.
Yeah.
Right, Verity, you're up.
Okay, I don't like this big thing. So, for my action, I'm going to, at level 5, cast Guiding Bolt.
Alrighty then.
And then, as a bonus action, I'm going to Quicken Spell and cast it again at level 4.
Alright, so go right ahead. So over the course of the next few minutes, you just blast out guiding bolt after guiding bolt, irradiating and blowing up a majority of the area as it engages you.
7, 8. So it's 15d6.
Go right ahead and roll 15d6.
I want to kill him. Now.
That's not bad.
9 points of damage. Lovely. Oh yeah, you blow off one of his limbs, and he's like, and he is very much hurt, but he's still alive and he's still fighting.
And I'm just gonna, like, maneuver myself a little bit this way.
Lovely. Okay.
But yeah, I'm basically just gonna be like the biggest pain in his ass right now.
He is, consider that pain in his ass very much hurtful. Korgrin, you're up.
So these are routing. I'm not going to interfere.
Yep.
So I will turn my attention to these ones.
Yep.
Kind of standard action again. So
Yep.
bonus action first will be spiritual weapon.
All right.
For 18.
Lovely.
Warhammer damage. Oh Jesus, I am rolling like ass. Divine strike. Better. Holy weapon. And again, I will use a battle mass maneuver.
16, 36, 34, 38, 38, 47. Yeah, so over the course of the next few minutes, you wipe out what remains of that unit there.
Fair. I still got kind of movement, haven't I?
Yeah, you can still move.
So I will move forward with my unit. They can suck my unit.
Like you basically like lock shields and just go and like just banging on a shield, marching instead. Each demon that tries to get forward close to you, like tries to jump over your shield, you just redirect them behind you, bring your hammer down, smash their head open, and just lock shields again and keep on moving forward.
And yeah, I will try and reinforce the druids on my right, or technically my left.
Nice. So yeah, despite the fact that your guards are druids, they're very, very, very quickly over the course of this battle becoming more dwarvish in their battle tactics.
Yeah, good.
All right.
I taught them well.
Russ, you're up.
Bonus action, I'm gonna big hand the guys over here next that are getting close to the unicorn.
Right, so they'll fly over to the other side, quite far away from in the battle. Chasing them as they go, actually. So that's 18 casualties in them. So yeah, lovely. Okay.
Then I'm gonna quadruple Eldritch Blast the guy near me. So let me roll that.
Which one? The Manus
Sorry, the
Horde
the Christ guy.
Coast guy, righto.
So it's +6 to every roll.
So plus 24 to this.
Yeah.
So 12 plus 8 plus 15 plus 24, 59 damage. Yeah, this guy is bleeding profusely as smoke rises from the area. He's basically down on one knee, just holding himself. Do you speak Abyssal?
Unfortunately not, no.
He just says something towards you that you don't understand as he lashes out at you with the last of his might. So can you roll a d20 for me, please, Russ?
Yeah. Oof.
That is a success, so you'll be taking half damage.
Okay.
That's 8, 9, so 15. Fuck's sake, I'm not very good at quick mental math, am I? So it's 32 halved to 16 damage against you, Russ.
Mhm.
Alright. Them druid units need to roll a d20. That's a success. They'll take half damage. So 30, 41, 20 damage on them. Okay. So that one by your right, Korgrin, they are faltering, but they are staying on their feet for now. Verity, can I get a D20 from you, please? That is a fail. You'll be taking full damage from this guy as he utilizes everything he can to kill you. So it is 14. 7. So it's 32 points of damage against you in total, Verity. Alright, Raya. It's going to bring it down. Yeah, she's going to... Raya is going to cast a spell of True Polymorph.
Oh.
And she is going to turn into a massive gold dragon. She's going to begin wrecking the forces around her with fire breath. So hold on, just need to get the fucking... Gold dragon, here we go. Adult gold dragon. Ah, shit. 12d10 fire damage on these guys. $53. So, yeah, so over the course of the next few minutes, this unit is wiped out by a vengeful dragon.
Sorry, chat.
Yep.
The damage I did to the thingy earlier would have been radiant damage. Would have that done anything extra?
Let me just check. I don't think they've... No. Not against the Hezros, no.
Oh, okay.
Alright. 98. Them archers are beginning to struggle now. On the right flank.
No.
These ones charge forward. Arrabella, can I get a D20 from you, please? That's a success. You only take that is 7 points of damage as the shadow demons are now on you. They also take that 12. Okay. Right, the druids will fight back. Right, this unit is destroyed. This unit is destroyed. And this unit here is destroyed as well. Alright, Rennas, you're up.
Okie doke. So I'm going to focus on a group of harpy things, not harpies.
Oh,
whatever the hell they
shit.
are.
Sorry. Otti, my apologies. Can you roll a d20 for me, please? Wait, no, I just did the fucking druids, didn't I? Shit. Don't worry. Don't pay attention to me. I'm being stupid. Don't worry about me.
It's fine, as long as you don't pay attention to that roll, it's not a problem.
Okie doke. Yeah, I'll shoot another group of these things. Not the same one that you said was like pretty much dead.
Yep.
I will leave that to the actual archers and just start taking out some bigger things.
Alright then.
Boom.
There's
Yeah, reasonable.
40, 50. So yeah, you take down 50 shadow demons over the course of the next few minutes. wiping out half of that horde there, actually.
Die, shadow demons! Leave my archer friends alone!
Nice. All right. Otti, you're up.
I'm gonna do all 3 attacks on this one over here.
Okie dokie. You're just... Oh, my goodness. You're not doing very well with the damage today, are you?
Nope, I'm fucking not.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm
This
so
is why
sorry.
I help Korgrin. Do you know what?
19,
I'm gonna do a battle maneuver and I'm gonna do a trip attack on it.
Okay.
Because fuck you.
6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 32 manaces you're able to kill over the course of those few minutes. Alright. Alright, Arrabella, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna attack the ones that are flying around me.
Okie dokie. So I'll have the... Yeah, go ahead and roll... Oof, oof.
Oh.
Now. Yeah, see, when her fiend bow actually, like, is against fiends, it's a really fucking powerful item. That is 62 that you wipe out. They need to make a wisdom saving throw. No, they are frightened of you, Arrabella, and your fiend bow, and they begin to flee.
I'm there, stood there on fire, just glaring.
Yeah. A beacon on the hill as some of the soldiers on the
Thunder
ground
calls
can
for
see
aid!
fire. Yeah, basically.
Sorry.
But this time it's the girl on fire.
Mm.
All right. Satyrs are gonna focus up on finishing off those units, and they do that. The last of those shadow demons on the right are taken down. They're gonna focus up there. 14. Yeah, that's good. All right, so that's them. All right, it's the Elk Riders' turn. So they will charge there. So 5d12 on both of them. So 34. Again. 26. It's better. And they're gonna charge downwards. Right, Otti, can you? No, don't. Sorry, don't worry. It's 5d12 from there. 23. Very good. Okay, and 20, 25. Yeah, it looks like the cavalry is going to aid on both flanks of you at the moment, Otti. They're just mowing down demon after demon as they go. Askar is going to focus on that unit there because they are on the cusp of being wiped out. He brings back 9. Alright. The Manus Horde. Alright, Otti, can I get a d20 from you, please? You take half this, so you take 11 points of damage. Russ, can I get a d20 from you, please?
Eh.
That's a fail. You'll take full 6 points of damage in that regard. And these menaces are going to move up towards Askar. And Askar will take 16 points of damage as the Manus hordes are now getting on him and he's trying to retreat as best as possible. Okay. Korgrin, can I get a d20 from you, please? That's a fail. You will take 6 points of damage.
Oh, owie.
All right. Yep. Okay. All right then. That is all of them. Verity, you're up.
Okay. How beat up is this guy in front of me right now?
He's losing an arm and he's bleeding profusely. He's just operating on pure base-heal instinct at the moment. He looks like he can take maybe a little bit of a beating.
Hmm. And these guys are trying to run away, right?
Yeah.
I'll just keep focusing on this guy.
Okay.
I think I'm going to do the same again. Only a level 4 and a level 3 guiding bolt.
Alrighty then.
14 d6.
14d6.
Just had to make math in my head.
41.
I'm gonna take away 3 from that. I'm gonna re-roll 3 of them.
Okay, so that brings it to 39.
38.
38
Okay.
plus 14.
Oh yeah, so with that, you are able to just you keep on firing the bolt after the bolt into the creature. He keeps on going. You've never seen a demon with this kind of hearty constitution before, and to the point where you're starting to like get tired out. Like he grabs you by the broom and brings you down, and you bring the last firing bolt into his face and blow it away. His brains blow out from the back of his head, and he falls back onto the battlefield. As
I also
he's
got Wild
light
Magic
slowed.
3rd.
Roll a d100 for me.
And I want to use my new feature where I roll 2 and I can choose to use both if I want.
99 and a 52.
Don't know if this is an uh-oh or a nuh-oh.
They can't both be bad, surely.
You say that.
Well, one of
No.
them's a no.
I'm only going to use number 99, please.
Okay, alrighty then. So, a wild terror reaches through the veil in that brief instant and just blesses you with its power, and you can feel all of your sorcery points return to you.
Wow.
Wow.
The other one was
Wow.
also giving all the
Wow.
demons around. The 52 was giving every single demon around a shield.
I'm not going to choose that one, I don't think.
No.
You could give
Alright.
a corpse the shield.
At least you rolled it second, so even if you were still on the original wild magic thing, it would have still been a 99.
Yeah. Okay. If you want to move anywhere, go ahead and move anywhere. It's the director's turn. So these guys are fleeing.
I'm actually at the end of my turn. I was going to move here to try and dissuade people from coming towards me after seeing me take down the big guy. Just gonna be like,
those demons. They're just like, ah! They're running at the moment. Okay, Otti, can I get a d20 from you, please? That's a fail. Over the course of the next few minutes, from the dretches, you will take 18 points of damage. They will move up and engage with them. Okay. These guys will need to make a wisdom saving throw now. It's a success, so there's only a few of them left, but they are holding ground for now. Alright, Korgrin, you're up.
I don't know if it would count as an action or a bonus action, but could I shout to Rhea to tell her to defend Askar?
She's going to do that anyway.
Fair enough. Don't need to worry then. I'll look
Like
to the the allies I have around me, the the spellcasters, the archers, etc.
Yep.
And I'll just kind of give me some support. I'll duel with this fucker. And I would like to engage the dingus, the big dingus.
All right. Okie dokie.
I'm
Anything Verity can do, I can do better.
I fought dragons, okay? I have tanked dragons, and now I wish that I had my AC. So I will kick his dick off.
All right.
So Warhammer damage, Divine Strike, Holy Weapon,
Nice.
Battlemaster.
22, 30, 32.
Spiritual Weapon, 3d8 plus 3.
That was 17. Yeah, your initial strike against him is a tremendous one. As the demons and the people all around you continue to engage, a sort of a circle is formed around you as the demons and people, they do still fight each other, but they kind of like half watch you go toe-to-toe with this singular Hezro creature. He swipes down at the ground, and you just bring your weapon up and bring your divine strike down onto him. And in the first bout of rounds, like the creature is forced backwards. He's bruised. He's like bloodied and bruised. He's like and looks worried. But he can't show it in front of his creatures, otherwise they'll likely turn on him. So he will continue a suicide charge against you.
Like I said, he can suck my unit.
All right. Anything else from you, Korgrin? Is that everything?
No, that is me.
All right, Russ, you're up.
Right. I assume Raya is going to be protecting Askar mostly, so I'm
Yes,
going to use my big fuck off hand to get these two guys here.
Or select one of them.
Okay, the one closest to me.
So that'll be that one there. Okie dokie. Alright, so the hands basically just doing whack-a-mole on the creatures as these two cavalry-based units are just engaging with each other at high speed. You're able to crush the last of them and completely wiping that unit out.
Okay. Then I will be Eldritch blasting the guy next to me, and what I'd like to do is I'd like to try and roll two of them and see what happens and see where he's at.
Okay. 50. Alright, so the last one... as you're basically put your back up against the wall, your guards beside you, he just like pushes them out of the way, grabs you, lifts you up, and you just bring your hands together and blow two of the Eldritch blasts through his eyeballs and out the back of his head, and he falls down as the life leaves him.
I'd like to use my two remaining Eldritch blasts to target these guys that I missed.
All right. So as over the course of the next few minutes, as you bring that creature down, you focus ignoring the Manus units right next to you, and fight and blast over at long range against those dretches over there. Go ahead and roll damage.
So those are without the +6, obviously.
13 and 7, so that is 20. You're able to take down 20 dretches that are engaged with those Elk Riders. Lovely. Yep. All right, so that Hezro is going to focus on you, Korgrin. Can I get a D20 from you, please?
Get crit tonight. Oh,
lovely. So you
tonight.
take half damage. 11, 22, 28 halved to 14. Yeah, you take 14 damage from the Hezro.
I break one of his claws. I bash in his knee as he strikes my shield. I am dancing. I am small. I am not nimble, but it is not working for him.
Fire rains down and wipes out that fucking unit there.
I imagine Korgrin's more like, like one of those pistachios that you just can't get open. Like just trying to pry it open, and it's just like, yeah.
Where's the fucking seam on this thing?
Yeah, it's about the same amount of fun.
Alright, so that these archers on the left rank next to you, Arrabella, continue to take casualties. And the last of those archers on the right hand side are finally wiped out. As the demons move onwards, coming directly towards you, Rennas. Alright, the druids will continue to engage. Those ones are wiped out. That direct unit there is wiped out. And this direct unit here is wiped out. Alright, Rennas, you're up.
I think it might be Rorik's gem time. To flick a few fireballs towards those demons coming towards me.
Okie dokie.
So is it 8d6?
That's right, yeah.
Which, I mean, to be fair, my fucking sneak attack is the same. But I'm assuming, like, can I at least hit both groups at once with this fireball?
It's more of a case of you select which unit you want to do, and you basically blow up all the creatures in that horde, effectively.
Well, the right-hand one I'll go for. I don't know which one I hit
Alright,
before, but it doesn't really matter.
Alright, so you blast off several fireballs in that direction, and you can see 31 of them drop down from the skies into the grounds below.
Die! And then I guess, await their arrival.
Yeah, the bears behind you are like, "Have you never done that before? You look really excited."
Like once. I don't really do magic. Magic's not my thing. But yeah, it was cool.
Oh. Alright, Otti, you're up.
How much of my turn is it going to take to change weapons?
None at all.
Alright, I'm going to drop my hammer and shield and I'm going to take out Mother's Mercy.
Oh.
I'm just going to hit it with Mother's Mercy. I'm pissed off.
Okay. Which one are you getting?
Probably
Which unit are you
this one.
targeting? Alright.
Hang on my sheets. It's 2d10. 2d10. So do another d10. 2 and then 3.
So it's 11, 15, 24. Okay, they need to make a wisdom saving throw. They're staying on the battlefield for now.
And I'm going to get some healing back with my second wind.
Alright then.
That's actually yeah. For rage, that's only a 2. Plus 2
Yes.
damage. So would that be additional 2 units?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay.
So did you rage? Or,
No, I didn't. Oh, I didn't rage.
Okay.
I'll use my bonus action to second wind then.
Alright then. Alright, Arri, you're up.
So I'm gonna go after the last of the flying ones on this side.
Alright then. 18. Well, they need to make a wisdom saving throw. No, they are almost wiped out. But the ones that survive are terrified of your anti-fiend bow. And they flee.
Cool. Can I
Pretty
see
sure if I was a
these?
fiend, I'd be terrified of an anti-fiend bow.
Pardon?
Can I see these?
Yes, you can, yeah.
Can I action surge and then I'll attack them?
Yes, of course, yeah.
I can I can do my horde breaker again on an action surge, can't I?
Yes, you can, yeah.
So another 3, 2, 3.
And with those last arrows flying down, between yourself and Riot, you wipe out the several hundred demons that are all rampaging across that particular area, and that area has now been secured.
That's me.
All right, Sated Bowman. Sated Bowman is not pissed off. They're going to target the fleeing creatures, and it's going to wipe them out. And then they'll get beside you, line up beside you, Arrabella, and continue firing into the grounds below. Elk Riders. Alright, 5d12 there. 17. 10d12. 62. Wisdom saving throw. fail. This direct unit is fleeing. And then here, 5d12. Then the direct unit that were assailing you from behind you, OT, has been wiped out, and the Elk Riders move in to reinforce you. Right, Askar is going to move down here. He's going to try to bring back some of those guys. That's good. That's good. They come back. Okay. Right, there's Manus' horde. Alright, so Russ, can I get a d20 from you? And OT, can I get a d20 from you as well, please? Russ, you take 2 points of damage in total. And OT?
Alright. I don't think I added some damage onto my turn I just did. I just rolled the d10s rather than adding the... So there's a 3 6s on that, so 18 onto that.
Another 18?
Yeah.
I'll have them do a wisdom saving throw then.
I think they did one anyway.
They did. They passed.
Oh yeah, so then another... How many more?
18.
There's only very few of them left. Alright, so yeah, you take half damage on this. Not 1910, 94. There we go. Yes, that's 12 damage on towards you, OT.
Well, there goes the 12 I got back. They will engage there. Actually, no, move there. Engage. Those guys are just going to get overwhelmed here. No, that's it. That's the last of those druids are now killed by the Manuses. Yeah, that's pretty much all they were doing. Right, Verity, you're up.
Alright. I don't know whether to go with, like, these guys or the guys flying after Rennas.
Pretty sure Rennas can handle himself.
Famous last words.
Pretty sure Rennas has died twice.
Okay, so I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna aim at this bunch. And I'm gonna do a... First, I'm going to exchange some points for my 5th level spell.
Yep.
To get 5th level spell back. It is. So I'll leave it with not a minute points left over, but that's fine. And I'm going to do a 5th level guiding bolt. So that'll be 4,
Alright.
5, 6, 7, 8d6.
Okay, and who are you targeting?
These mofos.
Alright, they haven't been hurt yet. They're fresh. 36, and lovely. And roll another D100 for me, please.
Like, I come in, I'm like, Otti, I'm here to help!
Already.
Ruh-roh.
If this is a Gorge, I'm going to be so pissed off.
Oh, I didn't
It's
know
not.
It was 20, sorry. No, it's a 10. It's a 10.
So as you're flying forward in the midst of all this battle, the creatures flying everywhere, death and destruction everywhere, the pixies are like, look out, on over there! Oh my god, no! Oh god! And then all of a sudden, at the very end of your bow where your hands are, a small spherical construct appears. Boom! Has small little wings, small little limbs, and a singular eye staring up at you.
What?
Sorry, Jack. The first
Yep.
one I rolled was a d20, so it's actually a number 10 on the 100.
Oh, my apologies. Never mind.
Yeah, sorry. I did.
None of that happened.
Well, you won't notice this, but all of your rations have now spoiled.
Okay.
Aw.
I don't think I had any rations.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
say it won't notice, but I'm sure Verity's snacking in between battles.
Okay.
I more just have like this strap of leather that I chew on every now and then.
Alright, so they will continue to flee. They will flee. Right. Okay, these Elk Riders are struggling now. And these druids here are taking casualties as well. Alright, that is all of them. Alright, Korgrin, you're up.
Ding, ding, ding. Round 2, fight. I'm tempted to do the same thing as Otti, and change from shield to two-handing my warhammer.
Alright,
So it'll
then.
be a 1d10 instead, so just add 2 damage to this.
Alright, so as this creature's coming towards you, you just throw the shield in his face. Boom! Ah! He takes a couple of steps backwards as you charge forward.
Hiya! So 11.
Lovely.
Plus Divine Strike. Holy Weapon.
17.
And again, I may as well use my last Battle Master Maneuver
Alright.
for that.
Okay.
And Spirit Weapon.
Lovely.
So just
So
kind of taking it in turns, hitting him with the Spirit Weapon, hitting
Yep.
him again, hitting him with the Spirit Weapon, kind of batting it off with 2 hammers.
He just brings his massive tree trunk arms up just to try and protect himself. And your guards rush up even inside. They just cast away their weapons. They grab their arms and grab the creature's arms and just sort of pull them to a side, basically exposing his full body towards you as you continue to wail on him. All right, Russ, you're up.
Right, bonus action. I'm gonna get pissed off that these guys killed the druids, so I'm gonna go bring the big hand after them.
Okay.
That's not bad. Very even.
They have been relatively unscathed so far, but you've just dealt some real casualties towards them.
Yeah. And then I'm going in with my rapier and the guys that are right next to me.
Yep.
So that's going to be 2 attacks, but the first one I plan on doing the Eldritch Smite thingy.
Yep.
So hang on, that's 10 piercing, plus it's plus 48.
Yep.
And I knock them prone. And then I want to go again.
That doesn't really
Doesn't do
classify
anything.
anything, I say, yeah.
Yeah.
But over the course of the next few minutes, you engage and take out 29 of those manusers. They need to make a wisdom saving throw. They do not make the save. They begin to flee from you.
Yeah.
All right. Is the
Okay.
Hezro. The Hezro throws off your bodyguards and just goes, "Claw!" and just unleashes the last of his fury against you, Korgrin. Can you roll a d20 for me, please?
It's a no.
16, 11. That is 41 points of damage against you.
I didn't hear no bell, bitch.
Bits of blood and a little bit of tiny drops of blood are sort of dripping from you, but you can't tell if it's his or yours. But you're this is everything happening around you. It's not just him that you're dealing with; it's also the little demons that are rushing at you as well. It's just like a melee madness there at the moment. All right, Raya is gonna fly. She's basically going to use her actions to wipe out these fleeing shadow demons, just to make sure there's nothing left, basically. With her fire breath and how little there are, that's not going to be an issue. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Alright. Rennas, can I get a D20 from you, please? As the hot cloud of shadow demons are coming towards you, your guards are finally like, yes, real action!
Back on form.
Oh god. So it'll be 68. So over the course of the next few minutes, you will take 26 points of damage.
Roger, Roger.
Right. Druid's turn. These druids are going to push forward. Engage. They will wipe out that Manus unit there. Behind you, Otti, clearing the way for you. They will engage those. Korgrin, can you roll a d20 for me, please? So you only take 2 points of damage from the stray Manus as they're attacking you. These guys are really beginning to struggle now, actually. Oh wait, no, I'm doing the fucking druids, not the fucking Manuses. Ignore that. Ignore that. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So they would actually have to go there. Move there. Yep. Right, that Manus unit would actually be wiped out in that one. Yeah. Okay, Rennas, it's your turn.
So, Rennas, now being surrounded, drops his bow and whips out 2 daggers. And so he's going to go at one of them. Well, a group with a dagger of venom.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got to untick sneak attack.
To be fair, sneak attack would apply because you have your bodyguards next to you, so they would just like occupy the same spaces to distract the shadow demons.
I do have bodyguards next
Yeah.
to me. That's amazing.
So that would be
So that goes there.
42 points of damage, 42 casualties.
Ignore the con save because it wasn't activated.
Yeah.
It just does it automatically. And I also have a +1 dagger, which I will also use, so it should be exactly the same. But I won't get sneak attack on that one because I only get it once. So that is just a 9 piercing.
Okay, so over the course of the next few minutes, as these shadow demons engage with you, you engage right back. You're spinning around, throwing daggers everywhere, jumping off the trees, just cutting creatures' head off, and just moving with speed and power that the bear guards are just very surprised at just
Barely
how
keep
hard
up with
you
me.
hit. Like, it's not how... To be fair, it's not the power of the hits, it's just the sheer killing intent and precision behind them all. And you're actually able to wipe out that Shadow Demon unit there.
I will take that.
Alright. Otti, you're up.
Well, I'm gonna rage.
Yep.
'cause-
Ah!
And I'm gonna go for bloody character sheets in the way. Oh my god, computer, wake up! Thank you. I'm gonna go for this one with Mother's Mercy. 15 damage.
15. They'd already made their save, so they're staying on the ground. There's actually no, that would that would wipe them out. Yeah, so with that you cut the last of them was down.
Thank fucking god for that. And then I'm gonna move over to the other side and attack this one twice.
Yeah, you look at your guys like, not yet, let's go.
Four.
And yeah, wipe out 14 of them.
And 17 as well.
Lovely. You just begin
Glad
cutting
Rich is
through.
rolling shit now.
As the druids and the Elk Riders sort of meet in the middle with you being in the epicenter of it all. Basically just around you are just mini piles / hills of demon bodies that you have created. And you are just creating more. Alright. Arrabella, it's your turn.
Do I have to move to like get these?
I mean, you don't have to.
I won't then. There you go.
Lovely. So it's 25, no, 45, 50, 60. Fucking hell. Those guys have been relatively unscathed so far. So they don't have to make a wisdom saving throw yet, but you just firing arrow after arrow into the mass melee down there. Like, you just drop so many of them. And your bodyguard archers, they just like stop to watch you work, and they're just mesmerized with the sheer precision and skill that you're exhibiting. And you can just hear one of them just goes, "My God, she really is the relentless huntress."
Kind of go blush a little bit as I've got like all fire all over me and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, and
Right.
yeah, that's me.
The bowmen will continue to fire down as well, aiming at the same people you were. That will bring them to do a wisdom save as well, and they will fail. So the ones that are accosting you, Korgrin, get peppered by a volley of arrows, and the ones that survive are like, "Ah!" and they begin to flee. Right, the Elk Riders. 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15, 25. They're basically just going to utilize their turn to wipe out the fleeing units there, making sure there's absolutely none left. And then this Elk Rider here, 5d12. 32 points of casualties to the Dretches. And then towards the Manuses as well. Alright, so they're both standing for now. Okay. Right, Askar is going to heal that one there. Bring those guys back. Nice. The healing power really shines through as many of them who are almost given up life, drew their life breath, get up, pick up their weapons and continue the attack. Alright, can I get a D20 from you please, Otti? You will take 8 points of damage from the File Manus units.
I'm raging. Would that half the damage?
Yeah, I suppose it would. Yeah. So it'd be 8. It should be 4 in total.
Thank you.
All right. Yep. So that takes 7 as well. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. All right, Verity, you're up.
Okay, so bonus action, I'm converting some spells into some points.
Yep.
And then for my action, how hurt is this big guy? Or
He is looking bloodied and clobbered as he's going toe to toe with Korgrin.
Steal Korgrin's kill. Steal Korgrin's kill.
You do what you want, Boo.
Now, if Korgrin's got him, then I'll go for this guy here.
Okay.
And I will level 3 guiding bolt.
Alright, so she blasts more guiding bolts down towards there.
And see, so that's 5, 5, 6. 5d6.
Nice, 22.
6, 6, 6.
You take down 22 of them, and the last ones will make a wisdom saving throw. They will stay on the field for now.
Ugh. Sorry, Otti.
Alright.
I'm just
They
gonna
will.
myself. Here feels
Very
good. I am flying at the moment, so these
That's right, yeah.
maybe under me.
Alright, these guys will continue their attack against him. 3d8. Sorry, no, it's 3d6, my apologies. Yep, 9 damage. Some more of those druids go down up there. Alright, that's everything they can do. So Korgrin, you're up.
Do a little dance, make a little wall, get down tonight. +2 on that, so 13. Divine
13.
Strike, Holy Weapon, no more Battlemaster, so that's fine.
2.
3d8 plus 3.
Nice. So as this creature continues this assault against you, you can feel the strength in its arms sort of fading away as you just batter it away with your own weapon. As it just tries to barely flop onto you, you roll out of the way, you bring the weapon up, it just goes, and you just bring the warhammer down into its skull, splatting it onto the ground.
Yeah. And I toss the remnants of the skull at some kind of nearby fucking enemies. Just.
And with the last of the commander defeated, the stragglers of the demons continue to either flee or engage what troops there is. As you guys continue to fire arrows and spells and just continue to engage in the melee. Korgrin, since you'll be in the thick and thin of it, at some point over the next few minutes, as you're just cutting down the demons after demons, you strike down one dretch in your way, and as it falls, path ahead of you is cleared directly to a singular individual, a knight with two swords in his hands. You just see him cutting off the head of one of a druid. He brings his swords around and impales them into the body of the one that was sneaking up behind him, and he spins around and sees you. You see Commander Bersius. What do you do?
I re-pick up my shield.
Yeah.
I begin to kind of infantry advance, shield up, weapon just above the shield itself. Just staring daggers right into him as I just advance on him. And
All right.
until I approach, basically.
All right, so you guys meet in the middle and begin clashing weapons, and immediately word goes beyond the units that the voice of Moradin is personally engaging the commander of this force. Word would probably reach Otti and Verity first. What would you guys do in reaction to that information?
Come closer and assist if needed.
Okay.
I'm flying in, bitches. Let's go.
All right then. So because Russ, Arrabella, and Rennas are on the outskirts of the battle, and Rennas is somewhat busy still with the shadow demons, this will be between Verity, Korgrin, and Otti. Can I get you guys to roll another initiative, please?
Good rolls, guys.
Fuck's sake, I have advantage on it as well. I didn't click my token.
God damn it, Ellie! 7. All right.
I love the way
So-
that Verity notices that Korgrin's approaching this guy and somehow reacts quicker than Korgrin, who is approaching him.
Well, no, so basically, as Verity gets in there, so Korgrin, you've been exchanging blows with this guy for the better part of a couple of minutes now. This guy is an able swordsman. He knows what he's doing and he can take a bit of a punishment. You've managed to hit him, but he has a few resistances that's keeping him up, and you are getting tired with nearly an hour of battle now. So by the time that Verity gets there, it's pretty much a stalemate at this particular regard, and Verity, you would have the initiative in that regard. You can see Otti is cutting her way through stragglers of demons, getting her way to the situation she's about to be there. And Korgrin is engaged directly next to him. What are you going to do?
Is this guy looking like hurt at all?
He's taken a little bit of damage, but this guy's on another level from what you've been fighting so far.
And does he seem pretty dexterous?
He seems monstrously strong.
Okay. Am I able to get the pixies to do like hold persons on him?
This is in regards to what you would do.
Okay. Then
To be fair, the pixies, considering how in tune they are, they'd actually be scared of this guy.
okay. Well, Fuck it. So I mean, I don't even have to be that close. I can be like 120 feet away
Yeah.
to do this spell. So keeping my distance for now. I'm gonna cast Disintegrate.
Oh,
Delete,
okay.
man.
And then he makes a saving.
No, that's a fail.
Oh! So that's 10d6 plus 40.
Yep.
That's bad.
You just delete the fucking bat half of him.
No, that's the cute half.
Okay, you delete the rest of the fucked up human half. Better. Jesus Christ, you're
Oh!
killing.
Oh, fuck me.
And if he's at
Okay.
if he's under 100 HP,
Yeah.
he
No,
goes
he's
to
not
zero.
under.
Oh.
No, that's power word kill. If he's reduced to 0, he's just
Okay.
disintegrated.
I
Um,
don't reducing
Yeah,
him to zero.
so Ot, as you cut your way through the demons, you're just there on the cusp of the battle to see Korgrin get forced backwards. Korgrin, like, you're out of breath. This guy is tough. He's like, it's been years since I've had. And he just disappears into ash. You killed him instantly. He had 80 hit points. You just wiped it out.
And whoop!
I just look around like, he must be behind me. I turn around and just, where are you little bastard?
I've got 3 lines of dialogue I was looking forward to saying with him, but you just deleted him. Thank you.
Sorry.
Oh,
This is
it's been
why
years
Verity
since-
doesn't go first.
It's been years since I've enjoyed a fight like that. No, dead. And with that, before too long,
Disintegrate finally worked.
It's your first disintegrate that's actually worked, yes.
Well done, Verity.
So Otti fucking fights through the melee and just watches this green beam of fuck you evaporate a man.
You're like, where did he go? And I'm just there like, it worked! Like 120 feet away.
You're
like-
a fucking
We
spec.
require a Verity doodle.
Yes, this situation demands a doodle.
And with that, over the course of the next few minutes, the last of the demons are destroyed. The cultists are killed. And you all take a deep breath as the battle has come to an end.
Oh, fuck.
The last winds blow through the area as the storm clouds overhead begin to disperse. You can now see an actual moonlight coming down onto the battlefield.
Ah, moonbeam. And dive out the way.
Over the course of the next 10 minutes or so, the army, or the druids, begin to cheer over winning. However, your attentions are brought towards something in the center of the gorge. About 30 or so druids have got a Bolgora that survived, wrapped up in rope and vines. He looks bloodied and bruised and beaten, but he's being forced onto the ground, and he is yelling out in common, "Unhand me, you flesh bags! Let me destroy you!" As he is
No.
restrained and taken prisoner. And with that, the Battle of the Mining Gorge is concluded, and the Guardians of the Forgotten have succeeded. For the sake of brevity, you guys return triumphantly to Greenspire with that Bolgora prisoner in tow. Raya wishes to interrogate it. You guys can join in if you want to. But she thanks you for the bottom of her heart for saving her home, and she pledges the druid clans to fight alongside you.
After seeing how well they fought today, I will be happy to have them.
Is this where we ask them to come save our dwarf's family now?
Yeah, fair.
It'll take them about a week to gather the rest of the clans together, as her own forces have been significantly depleted from that battle. But they should be ready to march very, very soon.